pay attention to both letting go and what is dying for us and opening up to what's in the unseen world that we can truly trust, even if it hasn't taken root yet. So beautiful. So I'd love to take this next call, the first call today. It's Shelly in Paducah, Kentucky, and I hear it's Shelly's birthday today, so it's such a joy and beauty to be able to share with you. So hi, Shelly. It's wonderful to have you with us.
Hello.
How are you? Happy
Can you hear me?
birthday.
Oh, thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Just relaxing.
Cool. How can I be of service today? What would you like to open into?
Well, I am not sure. I've got lots of different things going on in my life, but I was like, it's my birthday. Maybe I should just get like a general what I should focus on.
Okay, I'd love to do that for you. So the way I read, it depends person to person, but today I'm getting the invitation. I'm just going to slow down and close my eyes and just first of all, and tune in and see if there's any direct messages for you from Spirit. Anything that's just, coming through. And then I will pick some cards for you and see what wants to support you on this special day and in the months to come.
Perfect.
Okay, so I might be silent for a moment, but I'm definitely still here with you. And I'm in Nashville, so we're quite close, actually.
Oh, yeah, very.
So the first thing that comes, and again, I will pull some cards to either get more clarity or maybe even get another line of truth coming through. But there's something that is wanting to birth through you that is very exciting. Something that your heart is sort of maybe, I think longing might be too strong of a word, but it's like, oh my God, like, can I really do that? Or can I really experience that in my life? And like the message is like to go for it, right? There's been maybe a waiting period of some sort, or you've had to do the drudge work to get to where you are now. And it's sort of like time for you to step into like what feels exciting. It might feel a little bit scary too, but the heart is very smiling. I didn't get any fear when I was tuning into it. But it's like, it's time for you to trust. Know that there is support for you to move forward on this path, and that you will be supported. I see a lot of joy for you, and a lot of, I almost want to say a playfulness that's coming out or asking you to sort of move into. There's also a peacefulness, like you can be quite comfortable, like, I can be at peace. And this is saying like, no, like we don't want to just be at peace. We want to play. We want to explore. We want to create. And so that's just the first thing that comes through. And it's really beautiful.
I love that.
Yeah. And you just know, like, and if you know what it is, then great. But if you don't know, it will be very clear to you. And it's soon.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's right there. This is not like a 3 months down the road type thing. It's like it's there. It's time. Go for it. 100% success, beauty, love, connection. I'm getting big shivers, right? Like it's just beautiful. And then I have no idea what this means, but I'm just going to share. I get turkey energy. So the energy of a turkey, and it doesn't mean Thanksgiving or anything. And I don't remember what turkeys mean from the animal perspective or animal totem perspective. So that might be something you want to look up. But I just see a turkey like energy, and it's very happy, and it's like wandering around, and just showed itself to me. So I just want to share that with you. Okay.
I do like turkeys.
Yeah, they go in trees. I never knew that till I moved to Tennessee. And I thought, is that like an owl in a tree? And there were turkeys, right? Like so they can be grounded, and then they can also go to those higher levels, which I think is really cool. So I'm gonna pull some cards. Yeah, from a Rider-Waite deck. So this is a deck that I've worked with for a long time, over.
I'm pretty familiar with that one. I've never really used it, but I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Somebody just gifted me a gilded Rider-Waite today.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
How cool that I'm doing the reading then today. Yeah. These were given to me. So I'm going to be 50 this year, and these were given to me when I was 21 by someone. So I've been using them for a long time, and yeah, they're very, very powerful. So I'm just going to again be silent for a moment.
Okay.
The other thing that's coming in, just as I'm giving thanks and I'm calling in your angels and guides, is Archangel Michael is very close for you right now, and he is there to support you on your path. So if there are any challenges that are coming in, you can really call in for his help. Or if there's any barriers that you're noticing, oh, if only this piece would move or this piece would move, not necessarily in your emotional world or emotional life, but more in like outer things that are like in the, just in the way or feel like they're holding things up. He's here to help you right now, and you can call in on his support and his help. And you can also call in on the energy of a blue ray of light. I just feel that that's with you. And so even envisioning that blue ray of light, surrounding yourself with it, bringing light and energy with you, it'll bring a lot of support. Oh, so the first card I picked is the Temperance card. It's Major Arcana. Whenever we're working with Major Arcana, I always see it as bigger things and bigger energies that are at play. And I actually pulled 6 cards for you. And I'm just seeing if there's any. Yeah, we'll stop there. That's where the Major Arcana stop. And there's three Major Arcana, and then actually I pulled 5 cards, and then two cards that are not Major Arcana. And so this is telling me that there's a wave and a shift and a change, a flow of energy that's moving through for you right now. And there's this balance, right? So it wants you to know that everything is well. You're coming into a state, even though it's not going to feel like it, there's going to be a little bit of a bump coming up. The bump is not a bad bump. It's more of an internal trust and sort of stagnation within, but it's like everything's as it should be, and you have the ground to move forward. Do what you can to follow that joy that I was seeing in your heart. And then also give yourself permission to take the deep breaths and to give yourself, like, you don't have to get in a panic or try to figure it out. It's in place. The second card is the 9 of Wands in reverse. And that is the card where when it's right side up, it's like looking over my shoulders. I can't trust. Like, I know I've got all this, but I can't trust. And so it's in reverse. And so there's a sense of, especially I think in the next couple of weeks, like, oh, I can trust and things are okay. And I don't have to hold this fear. But I think that's what the next card is all about, is the Judgment card in reverse. But it's like, can I really let go? Is this really happening for me? Because some of the choices or some of the directions that you're taking in life on some level feel very imbalanced, right? It's almost like you're going to be making a change that's asking you to grow beyond what you've been before. And so the Judgment card is like in reverse. It's not saying, oh, you can't trust, but on an internal level, there's a sense of, I don't know if I can. Can I really trust myself? Can I really trust this process? Because it's sort of turning my whole world upside down. And especially if we're looking at things, if there's anything at all that starts to come in on a financial level, or where you're like, well, I got to let this go. This is my safe space, and say, no, I'm following my heart. I'm not just going to do what I'm supposed to do. And so that feels a little bit scary, right? So that's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, is right after the Judgment. And it's sort of like asking you to come into a space of deeper trust in yourself. And then the final card, the last bookend, is the Hierophant. And I really like the Hierophant. Now, some people will read the Hierophant cards as it's like society, or it's like what you're supposed to do. And for me, the Hierophant is the connection with God. It's the connection with spirit, and it's being the energy of the one who channels in spirit and connects with this higher force. It's like bringing spirit down into matter and into ground. And so the outcome is, or what we're looking at, is everything that's happening in everything that you're being asked to transform. It's like all in alignment with your path, and there's nothing to fear, because you're actually going to come into a place of power and support. And my sense is that you're going to be working more with spirit in your day-to-day life. There's going to be, I think, some openings for you energetically and spiritually, and even perhaps in the work that you do with the world, in that you are going to be able to speak more truly and more fully with that authentic voice of spirit, of intuition. And so this part of you that gets scared, or once you step into it and is like, can I trust? Can I trust? You can trust, and there's nothing that you need to hold, right? You don't need to figure it out. It's just let it unfold. The universe has got you.
Okay. That is wonderful. I have that card Hierophant, very literal.
Yes.
Because, I do work with spirit. I just haven't been doing it as closely over the years. But, like I hear spirit, I see spirit, I feel spirit. And I've been doing readings myself for other people lately, more so than I normally would, because I'm more work. And I'm a social worker.
Okay,
so, I help people on a more, real, I guess. I don't say it's not real. Real is not the word. Like the waking life.
Yeah.
And I like the spiritual life a little bit more these days. So, it definitely is interesting.
Yeah, being called into it. And one of the things that I'd be curious about, even in your like day job, is how can you connect with spirit there? And I'm going to have to take the next caller in one moment, but how can you connect with spirit there? And obviously with your clients, you can't. Like, I understand it's very linear, and there's also a structure, right, that you have to be with within the job you're doing. But like, even just taking the time to ground and to meditate, asking spirit to be with you when you're there, right? And then being curious about like, oh, how is this actually coming through to support them or to support me? And I would really encourage you to continue your work with spirit with others, because I think there's some bigger shifts happening for you there. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I've started getting into astrology and human design, and
I love human design. Yeah.
I'm a right angle cross of penetration 3.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, so you're here to like bring stuff in. Yeah.
And break things open. Yeah.
And break things open. It truly is. Yeah. I'm a left angle cross of uncertainty. I'm a projector as well. And so, I love human design.
I'm actually a manifesting generator.
Oh, cool.
But, my whole design, my sun is gate 57.
Okay. Yes. Which is break again. Like,
Yes.
It's amazing. Yeah, both break people open, but also that intuition, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's so wonderful to connect with you on your birthday. And
thank you.
Yeah,
I really needed it.
Yeah. And feel free, I've got a Facebook page. It's Azrael.love. It's facebook.com, Azrael.love, or check out my website, www.azrael.love. I'd love to hear from you. I do try and offer a lot of like free or affordable stuff. I offer guided journeys once a month. That, I think it's $20 or something, and I don't turn people away. But it would be wonderful to connect with you. Yeah, if you feel called. So
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will find you on Facebook. Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Wonderful rest of you. And I'd love to take a call from Laura. I think I've got about 8 minutes here, and still.
Yeah, I'm still here. Hello.
Somerset.
Somersworth.
Yeah. Hi. How are you doing? It's wonderful to meet you tonight.
Hi, I'm doing good. You know, funny you mentioned about like working with intuition in business. Anyway, I'm doing good. Did you want my question or?
Yeah, I would love your questions because I only have a few minutes, and I'd really love to give you some answers. It's wonderful to connect with you.
Yeah. At first, I thought the previous person you were talking about me. I'm like, oh, this is so spot on. But so I've been wanting to start a psychic business. I'm having difficulty starting it. Also, I'm having difficulty finding employment. So I guess the best question is, what is it I need to know to get past this?
Okay. So one of the first things I'd like to just share with you, and then I'm going to tune in. I will pull some cards too. It's just you're not alone right now. We are at this time. Oh, I'm going to pull some cards for you personally, but I just want you to know, like, I think we're just in it and it's being reworked. So part of the invitation is for, and I know we have to survive, right? But part of the invitation is how do we trust, right? How do we surrender and then do our own work right now, so that when we're really like when this alignment happens, the energy and the flow is there. So let me just take a moment here. So just want you to know you are so supported. You have so many guides and angels around you, as I'm sure you know. You are like a powerhouse with like the psychic energy or with the access that you have to it. Ooh, this is beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So things are going to move. So again, I think a lot of it is timing for you and trusting in the timing. The first card I pulled was the Ace of Wands, which is new beginnings, potent and powerful new beginnings, and fire, right? There's that passion, there's that energy. It's going to hit you like a spark, and it's just going to open up for you. So again, I do get the sense of timing. Now, this was the first card I pulled, so it's soon. Like there will be some sort of shift soon. I still think it will take some time to come into full fruition, but there is going to be a shift or an opening or awakening that sort of like cracks and at least says, oh, here's a little flow, here's a little energy, it feels good. And then we have two major arcana cards. We have Judgment right side up, which is like all that you've been holding, right? All that you've been like, oh my God, I've been in it. Like, why? When is this moving? How can I move? It's like clarity. It's like flow. It's like being born again. So I'm seeing more awakening and more opening for you on a psychic level. And I'm also seeing a relief and a freedom from the stress. And so that is like in a bigger way. I feel like you're going to have a lot more connection with your guides and a lot more energy coming in where they're also going to be guiding you and showing you the way. There is the moon is the third card. And the moon, again, major arcana. The moon is great because it's opening you up to greater intuition, greater flow. I've got 2 minutes here. And at the same time, sometimes it feels hidden. And sometimes we have like our stuff come up, our emotional stuff, or it's like it doesn't feel like it's coming into fruition in the outer world yet. When I see it with Judgment, I'm seeing it again more connected to the intuition blossoming, but that there's still going to be those times of like, can I trust? Or I don't know what the way is, or like feeling lost, right? And I think lost, again, is not more about your abilities. It's more about how do I put myself out there? What is the flow in this space and in this world? And so, again, it's trust. And it's not about you doing anything until the correct invitation comes. And there'll be an invitation, an opening, something that's going to move you forward. That's with the Ace of Wands. It will come to you. It's not something that you have to search out. And I'm sorry I got cut off there because I'd love to take a little bit more time with you, but I have to go in like 30 seconds. So I hope that makes sense. Feel free to reach out to me on my Facebook page, or, I'd be happy if you're like, this is what this meant to me, and you just wanted to share or process it for a moment, to do that through a message or something on there too as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your assistance.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'm so sorry that there was a bad connection today energetically on the online, but the energetics were clear otherwise. And I really look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you so much, Shelley and Laura. And I wish you all the most beautiful and wonderful week ahead. Remember that nettle energy. Pay attention.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Spiritual Connections with Psychic Medium Cindy. Psychic Medium Cindy. Live from Facebook.com/Psychic Cindy. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our
websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Spiritual Connection on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Happy full moon in Aries tonight. For those of you that have the full moon tonight, it is also known as the Hunter's Moon, the moon of the last harvest of the year. So there's 3 harvest moons, and this is the last one, which was, and still is, but was certainly very, very important to people in their past to make sure that they had everything that they needed to get through to the winter, right? But spiritually, we often talk about full moons as being about, releasing, and this one isn't actually. This one, you've done all that. You've done that so many times this year with every full moon that's come around, and I've said to you, it's time to release and let go and heal. Well, I think you have. This is the one. This is the one that's about new beginnings, a new chapter in your life. For many of you, you are going to see changes. People in your lives, this could be family, friends, coworkers, whatever, that are not going to be there anymore because you're moving on to a new chapter. Maybe you're not moving on to a new city. And whatever it is, it's time to embrace it, because these are the things that you've asked for. So you've asked all year for, good things to come in, new things to come in. It's not always what you think it's going to be, right? It's not always exactly how you think it's going to go down, but it's okay, because this is what the spirit world brought you. So that is my rant about this Aries full moon. It has been a little wonky, though, I have to say. It's been a bit of a weird week for me, but I've been working a lot, so I just blame it sometimes on just being tired. But definitely people are a little bit edgy, so just remember that over the next few days, because that energy will dissipate like it always does. But please embrace your journey, embrace your new path. Take advantage of this new chapter, because it's really exciting. I'm just going to pull a few cards. These are my Earth Magic cards, which I love using for full moons and new moons and all of that stuff. We have here. So we have the Milky Way is the first card that I pulled, which is all about perspective. And usually certainly in tarot, if you get the Hangman, it's all about seeing things from a different perspective. And I think that that's what these new beginnings in this new chapter has to be. Like I had just said, you need to embrace it. And, in some ways you're going to have to look at it from a different experience, from a different perspective. But look at this, like, you cannot make this up. Look at this. This is the full moon card. This is the completion card. This is it. Like, this is the end of the old cycle and moving into the new cycle, moving into that new beginning and that new chapter of your life, which is very, very exciting. And the last one card that I'm going to pull for you is the summer solstice. Not really as worried about the summer solstice, but definitely the radiance, because this is truly your time to shine. You have planted your seeds, and it is now your turn. So I'm very excited for the collective this evening. This is wonderful. We have Trish on the line from Princeton, Illinois, or Tish on the line, sorry, from Princeton, Illinois.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Tish. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. What can I do for you this evening?
I was wondering if there's any messages from my husband or a general reading.
Messages like, has your husband passed away?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring him in for you. I'm just going to take a sip of water because I'm feeling something's coming there. Okay, Tish, I'm getting the feeling that did your husband pass quite quickly? Kind of unexpected?
Yes, it was complications from a stroke.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, is it like heart complications? Because I'm definitely getting some pains in my chest, but not that really matters. I'm just trying to I don't have a lot of time. So.
Yeah, I put him in a nursing home so I can finish packing, because I wasn't able to take care of him. And while he was in the nursing home for that week, they said that he, I guess, just stopped breathing, and it was unexpected because he was doing good.
Yeah. and that's how I feel. And the first message that he gave to me was, I'm sorry. And I usually get that sorry when it's so quickly, when somebody's passed away quickly and they didn't get a chance to say goodbye. So that's the feeling that I'm getting from him.
Okay.
And which makes sense, right? Based on the situation. But I am going to tell you that he is definitely at peace and he is definitely healthy and happy. So the person that you saw at the end of his life, like in the nursing home, is not that person anymore, right? Like the symptoms are gone, the illnesses are gone. But he is telling me, I'm getting a little teary. So he's getting, you know what I mean? He's definitely quite emotional. But he definitely feel what he's trying to tell me is that, complications after the stroke or not, like this was his time. It was his time to go. He wasn't healthy. And it sucks living on earth when you're not healthy. Like it just does,
Yeah.
And even though I know how much you miss him and that doesn't make it any better, but from his point of view, he was like, my body just wasn't working anymore.
Yeah.
And
he was bed bound.
Yeah. And that doesn't match his personality, right? Like for me, like what the personality that's coming through, like it's like, no, this needed to end. But please know that he is watching over you and he's always with you. You have children? Feel that you do?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the children that obviously he said he didn't get to say goodbye to everybody, but the children he's definitely watching over. You know what I mean? He's with the children all the time. He's saying to me, I know it's so hard for you to try to, comfort them and explain everything to them. Because it doesn't really matter how old you are when you lose your parent, right? It's just hard to take it. And it's a lot of sadness, but let them grieve is what he's telling me. And just be there. You just have to be there. There's no right or wrong for any of this, and they are going to heal. They are going to heal.
Okay.
Oh, he's very sweet, eh? Does he have like a sister that has passed over? Or
yeah, he's got a sister that's alive, but his mom was carrying a child, and I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but she had a miscarriage.
Oh, okay. Okay, because there's a sister with him. That's
okay.
Quite clearly. So that must be who it is. Wow. Oh, that's kind of nice. Like, in a weird kind of way, in a medium kind of way, I guess. But you know
his
what I
mom
mean?
passed away. His mom passed 6 months before him, and his dad 5 years before him.
Oh, wow. So he is surrounded by a lot of people then, for sure.
That's good. That's good.
It is good. Oh, he's definitely pushing down on my heart. So he's really, somebody's got some heart issues going on. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you healthy? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, under a lot of stress. It's been a year and a half, but it just feels like yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. It takes time. It takes time, Tish. You have to give yourself the time, and there's no right amount of time to grieve a loss like this. Like, some people will tell you, oh, you'll be better in a year. Maybe you will, maybe you won't be better for 2 years, but it doesn't matter because it's your time to heal, right?
Right.
Just know that every day it's going to get better. And I want you to reach out to your husband. I want you to reach out to him and ask him for guidance, ask him to help you. Especially when we're having really bad days, just say, I need you to be with me today. I need you to help me get through the day. And he will. He absolutely will.
I talk to him every day in the car. I ask him to play her favorite song.
Oh, good. Because he so wants to do that for you. He so wants to do that.
And the family home, his half now goes to me and the other half goes to the sister. And I've just been dealing with a lot of stress with that. And I'm just waiting for her to get things together so it can be sold. It's been 9 months since she was supposed to sell the house, and it hasn't sold yet. She's just taking her time, and she won't give me the rest of our stuff out of the house. And It's just stressful.
That is very stressful. It's either you need to talk to somebody about that, or somebody else needs to talk about something, because my throat chakra was closing over there for a bit, and it's usually a sign that somebody needs to talk about something. So either you need to talk to somebody about getting all of that legal stuff under control, right? Maybe you just have to have like a really honest, direct conversation with the sister, Maybe that's all. Maybe that's all it's going to have to be. But or the other thought that came to my mind is that maybe when your children need to talk to somebody, like and because they're having a hard time, like maybe a harder time than you're realizing. And I'm not saying that for sure. I'm just saying that these are the things that are kind of coming across because my throat chakra was getting a little wonky there.
Yeah, I understand.
Does that make sense to you? Yeah. You know what?
It does.
You could be the person that they need to talk to. You know what I mean? Really, like, just because it's getting. How long has it been since he's passed? Did you say a year? A little over a year.
July last year. It's been a year and a half.
All right, a year and a half. So that's not very long. So just just be there for your kids. Like, just be the way you've been for your kids, because they love you so much, and he loves you so much. And I'm so happy to hear that you're talking to him all the time. That means so much to the spirits.
I get in the car and I look up to the sky and I love you, Dan. Every time I get in the car, every time I go to bed, I tell him I love you to the ashes, and I talk to him.
I think that he's probably a little bit closer to you than you realize, because I am getting I only have like another minute, but I just want to tell you, Tish, when you get that fuzzy feeling like around your arms and stuff sometimes, or like sometimes you get like little chills when you're sitting like watching TV and stuff, that's your husband giving you a hug. Okay? That's
him. Really?
Yeah. So
that's amazing, because I get chilled goosebumps all the time.
That's what he told me. So I want you to take care. You and your children, okay? Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone with Melissa Markham. Live from mmastrovibes.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. on one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Markham from Zodiac Zone. So let's just get right into it tonight. Tonight is a full moon in Aries. And I have to say that it's really kind of a hard moon compared to other full moons. I would suggest that you don't manifest during this moon because anything in Mars can indicate anger. It could indicate, in a lot of ways, violence. I would pretty much bet that the hospitals tonight are going to be loaded with people, unfortunately, as far as accidents or some kind of dispute, something like that. It's just not the kind of moon to really manifest in, per se. But on the polarity, Mars could also promote passion and hardworking, as far as, very driven into what you're trying to accomplish. So when we look at signs and we look at anything with astrology, we always have to look at the polarity of things. People ask me all the time, what signs are good, what signs are bad? There's always the good and the bad, the polarity to every sign. And when we look at that and how they're represented, that is what we look at. So I would say the whole thing with the moon tonight is to release, because full moons are always about releasing something. So it's really about releasing things that either annoy you, anger you, you're not feeling passionate about, and people can trigger these things inside of you. So just think about things before you make rash decisions, and always look at the spiritual aspect of things. I just was doing a reading tonight. I told my client, I said, it's always best to look at the spiritual aspect of things, because we get so caught in the human day-to-day things that we have to look at things that there's always a purpose and reason. And people sign soul contracts. So even intuitively, if you're feeling your child, your loved one, your mother, your sister, they're with the wrong person, they sign that contract together. So they're both supposed to get something out of it. And it's always for the evolution of the soul. So that's what I tell people. And it's really hard too when it's connected to you. If your child, your relative, your sister, brother, whatever the situation may be. So with that, I would say just, do what I said, as far as just release things that anger you. That is the message with tonight's moon. Oops. Anyway, so let's take a caller. We're going to have Angela from New York City. How are you, Angela?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Have you ever had an astrology reading?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So what I am is an evolutionary vibrational astrologer. I'm really going to look at the sole purpose of why you're here and really understand what are some of the aspects in your chart and things that are holding you back from living your best life. Okay. What is your birthday, day, month, year?
May 4th, 1980.
May 4th, 1980. And the time you were born?
I think it was like 10:31.
10:31 a.m. a.m.
Yes.
Okay. And the city, state?
Flushing, New York.
Flushing, New York?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I got that. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to look at the sole purpose of why you're here. I would say this. If I look at your aspects, you're a south node in, and I'm sorry, I'll back up. I'm going to look at the nodes, which are elliptical points in the sky. They're very karmic. The south node represents previous lives. It represents early childhood. It represents energy that we already know. And the purpose is to get to our highest vibration, which is the north node, which is the polarity of energy. So you have your south nodes in Virgo in the second house of Taurus. And that rules your money, self-worth. You know, a house can rule 40 or 50 different things, but, you know, us astrologers tend to focus on, you know, the main things. The North Node is in Pisces in the 8th house. And I would say that you're very security driven, right? And you probably worry a lot. A South Node in Virgo worries. They are considered the warriors of the universe, you know, things, and sometimes it can be useless worrying about finances, worrying about your own, you know, your self-worth. Am I enough? Am I good enough to do these things? You know? So I would say the purpose for you, and there's a very good sign, and it's basically about letting that shit go. And I would have that sign somewhere in your house where you can look at it every day, because it's really about letting the universe take charge, using your intuition, you know, transforming all this stuff that does not work for you anymore, you know, and that is where you're going to find your purposeful activities. You have the sun in the 7th house, so career is very important to you. You have Venus there and the moon there. So I feel like your reputation, all of that is, you know, very important to you. And it's really important for you to do what you love, what you feel passionate about, and to make money since it's all in Taurus. Your Chiron, when I talk about Chiron, is the wounded healer. It is in Greek mythology. It's considered a small planet or asteroid. It is in Cancer in the 12th house. I feel like, I don't know, it could have been early childhood where you felt not completely nurtured, and you might have been in the most perfect family in the world, but it was some kind of nurturing that you felt like you didn't receive, or something that was, you know, not copacetic with you when it came to that. And also in the 12th house, it could be really having trouble connecting to the universe and source, you know, where it's hard, right? Because you're worried about this and that. It's like, I really think that it's important for you to have an altar, have a sacred space for yourself where you can put your things, spiritual things, crystals, things that mean something to you. Have all that information, or have that stuff there. Create a Akashic record around it, you know, so you go there twice a day. You go there to at night to decompress, in the morning to, you know, to feel alive. So, and it's really, like I said, about letting this stuff go that no longer serves you. So maybe tonight with this new moon, or I'm sorry, full moon in Aries, it's looking at your sense of self and saying, you know what, the stuff that annoys me and doesn't serve me, I'm going to let that shit go. Does this all make sense to you?
Yeah, like more like let go of like my past. You know,
right.
A lot of like
let go of the stuff that, you know, because you didn't come here to make money. You came here to let stuff go, to get into the spiritual aspect and to trust in the universe, you know, and to transform. You know, and once you transform you, then you could pay it forward and help others on their journey.
Okay.
I mean, there's so much more I could tell you, but I mean, we have limited time tonight. I have 2 minutes before my show is over, but a very short show. But I just wanted to give you a tidbit of all of this. And if you ever want to go further, my website is mmastroVibes.com, and we can look at all the planetary alignments in your chart and take it from there.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm going to do that tonight.
Yep,
Very
exactly.
helpful.
Thank you so much, Angela, and you have a wonderful evening.
Bye-bye.
And like I said, I mean, I just wanted to reiterate, you know, full moons are about releasing things. I tell all my clients, never start anything new on a full moon, never start a business, never start maybe a relationship. It's really about endings, about letting stuff go that no longer serves you. You want to start things more on a new moon. New moon represents new beginnings. So tonight's assignment for all my listeners is to really just let things go that no longer, that, like I said, that annoy you, that no longer serve you, and, you know, step into being the best and most productive version of you that you can be. So that's what I wanted to tell you about tonight's full moon. And I look forward to seeing everybody next week. And the whole purpose is to tell everybody what's going on in that week. So thank you very much, and have a beautiful and blessed evening.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network. And watch watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Gene Rose, and I am the host of Sessions with Spirit. Before I begin, I would like to give a shout out to my wife and daughter who are watching. I love you both. I hope you guys enjoy the show tonight. Guys, we have the full moon coming up next week. It is, of course, the Hunter's Moon. This is a great time of year for release. So definitely create a list of things that you wish to let go of, as well as intentions, things that you want to sort of foster and bring in with this next moon cycle. I think that's going to be especially important and definitely one of the things that I'm going to be doing as well. Also, a little tip, if you have any smoky quartz, this full moon would be the time to charge it. I know I have a small smoky quartz tower that I am going to be charging. So just a little tip. Of course, you can charge any crystal during a full moon, but the Hunter's Moon is especially good for smoky quartz. Guys, welcome. Another week, another episode. I can't believe it. Tonight we'll be taking 2 live callers. And of course, I don't ever know what they are going to be requesting to be read on. So that's always a surprise. So I never know if it's going to be tarot or mediumship. And as always, I'm going to kick off the show with a reading from one of my followers, one of my Stiggies. And tonight, of course, I'm going to read for Kathy from New York, my home state. So you know I am very happy to be doing this reading. Kathy, oh my gosh, love, I'm so excited to be doing this. I'm going to pull for general. Reason being, and I know when people hear that word, they're like, oh gosh, like general, that seems kind of vague. It's like, actually, it isn't. It just means that anything and everything can come up in the cards, and the cards are not limited to just one area, such as like money or love or career. So I think that's especially important to know. That's one of the reasons why it is simply my favorite to pull on when I'm reading tarot. Just is one of those that kind of gives all the goods, you know, everything that you need to know, instead of a little bit of that and this, and it really does provide great guidance. So Kathy, let's see what the cards have to say for you tonight. So, my love, I feel like your theme is letting go of fears. Not letting things control you, specifically fear, right? First card was the 8 of Cups. That's going to refer to walking away from something or letting go of something. Could also refer specifically to an emotion, because remember, Cups is that emotion suit. It corresponds to the element of water. So all of that, the whole spectrum, the whole gamut of emotions, good and bad. You want to walk away and let go of those negative ones. So angst, fear, anxiety, doubt, anything that could be or serve as a blockage, want to walk away from. Second card is the 7 of Cups, specifically in areas where you find that you are in a pattern or stuck in a pattern. Time to get off the hamster wheel, right? Time to get off. How you're going to do that is going to be the Devil card. The Devil card is going to refer to facing your fears head on. It also is going to refer to an abuse of power. It can also refer to fear, as I said before, and also being controlled by those fears. The Devil card also refers to like manipulation, being emotionally manipulated. Of course, fear can do that. You know, doubts, fears, and then, of course, those illusions, if we let them get, far enough from us. Then, of course, we have the beautiful Empress card. Anything that you're not sure of, it is perfectly fine to decide not to decide. There's no rush to make any decisions. In fact, I would take things in stride. Your final card was the beautiful Hierophant, and that card has to do with faith. So having that faith, not just in a higher power, but also in yourself and in the overall situation, that, for example, you can do it on your own. So not being scared, afraid. I did just pull one extra card for you, and it was the Five of Pentacles. That loss is going to be necessary for you to purge those things that are no longer serving you. So just be mindful of that and moving forward. Kathy, I hope that reading resonated with you and helped you out some. The point of readings is for us to receive not just the direction and insight we need, but also that advice, that kind of like light bulb moment where it's like, oh, okay, I am on the right path, or I am moving in the right direction. That is a great way to help us, is through readings. Because like I said before, it provides us that necessary insight. I think, my loves, I'm also going to pull, and I don't like using this word. I will spare you the why, but I will just say for everyone instead of the collective. And that is going to be an oracle from the Sovereign deck, from Seasons of the Witch. I'm very particular about, of course, my decks in general, but specifically oracle decks. For example, I will not read with anything but Burning Virtue. Just not my cup of tea. So I'm very picky in regards to what oracle decks I do read from. And Seasons of the Witch, I have all of them. I do. They are definitely one of my favorites, for sure. That and anything by Patrick Valenza. So for the collective, I pulled Ancestors. They hiss a quivering so deep only roots of your soul can lift the nakedness hidden within the vows made in silence, an ancient chill walking upon the spine. Now, that card basically relates to that reminder that our loved ones, even though they are past, are still near us. They are. They don't go far. While they're not on the physical plane with us, they definitely are in the spiritual realm. And I can promise you that they do come and visit. That is how they always know, and especially in mediumship sessions. I love when a client receives confirmation, when a soul will bring up a moment, especially one from after they passed, where the only way that person could know was if they were there. That has to be probably one of my most favorite moments in a mediumship session. There really is no describing mediumship. I think one has to experience it for yourself. It is an experience. And when I say that, I am not trying to talk it down in any way, shape, or form. It just is phenomenal how spirit works and what spirit can do. I always say that the moment I am no longer excited during a reading is the moment that I will retire, because not for nothing, I love getting surprised by spirit. I do. So going back to the card that is going to refer, like I said before, to our past loved ones being near us, being with us, and really guiding us through each day. Just because they're no longer with us does not mean that they're not there. And I know that could be a very hard pill to swallow, but it is in fact a reality. There's a reason why there are sayings such as there's life after death. It's not really over. It just is a new chapter. And that's it. So, guys, let me pick these cards up. I think we're going to do a caller soon, which I'm really excited for. So that I can't wait. I think we're going to do Shantae. Hello, Shantae. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How about you?
Oh, good. Good, love. Thank you so much for asking. What are we reading on tonight?
Well, I guess I was wanting some general as well.
Oh, amazing. One of my favorites. Okay. Okay, love, you got a couple of leap cards. Leap cards are going to be cards that jump from the deck as the reader is shuffling. They don't mean anything negative or bad. It just is spirit putting a specific emphasis on those cards. You actually received 3, which is kind of cool. Usually it's 1, maybe 2. But to receive 3, it's like, okay, this is what you need to focus on. The first card was the 9 of Pentacles. You do have stability up ahead, but you're going to have to stop overthinking and overdoing things. That's going to be of the utmost importance. I think you know exactly what I'm referring to or speaking of. Just things that you keep coming back to, no matter what. Even though you know the situation is going to work out, you still keep falling back and like, okay, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? Best advice I can give you is definitely do not walk into something either expecting nothing or expecting the worst. Reason why is going to be that is exactly what you manifest. No matter what the situation, you always want to expect the best. That I cannot stress enough. Your second card was the 9 of Wands, setting yourself up for success, putting yourself in positions where you find those opportunities, even those possibilities, for you to gain even more momentum. The last of the leap cards was the 3 of Cups. Do you have like a raise coming into play, or are you applying for a job? What is with career?
Yes,
I feel like it's really.
I'm applying for a job.
Yes, Queen. Okay. I love it. I think you're definitely going to land one. First card of the actual reading was the 6 of Pentacles. That's going to refer to help coming in a time of need. Now, I will throw it out there that the Pentacle suit does refer to money and material things. Just a money suit, right? So it also, in turn, relates to income. So I think, and I wouldn't give up hope. Have you been trying for a lot of jobs? Like, have you been just getting turned down left and right? Or people be like, oh, I'll call you back, and you never do. Yes. Oh, love, you're probably getting discouraged. Don't. I know it's way easier said than done, but I'm telling you, you are on the horizon of that blessing. You truly are. It's right there at your fingertips. It's just that Spirit doesn't want you to give up yet. The next card in the reading was the Star. That's going to refer to a hope, wish, or dream coming true. That card also does refer to harmony coming back into play. I think once you land the job, everything is going to fall into place, and even some of that financial stress is going to let up. I also want to throw it out there that I think your hourly wage is going to be more than you expect. It might not be by much, but still, in the end, it will, even if it's just by $1 or $2, will be way more than you were originally expecting or hoping for. The next card was the Hangman, and that card fell reversed. I'm very happy to say that. Reason why, and I don't know if you know this about tarot cards, but if they drop reversed, then that changes the meaning of the card. Now, if it were to fall upright, it would refer to you remaining in a state of limbo. However, yours fell reversed, as I said, and that is going to refer to a situation coming to an end. So that lack of employment coming to a close and that gainful employment beginning. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, excellent. The last 2 cards were the Page of Swords followed by Justice. Page of Swords is the start or beginning of something new. Did you apply to anything in like communications or dealing with communications?
Yes.
Phones? You did? Okay. I was going to say that Page of Swords was a little telling. No worries, love. So the start or beginning of that new opportunity followed by Justice, the scale evening out. Now let me pull one more card for you. Just because who doesn't love extras, right? So then the extra card I pulled is going to refer to a situation coming to a positive end or positive close. It refers to a lack of a disappointment, even a lack of a betrayal. So it's definitely obvious to me that it is not only going to work out to your favor, but it's going to be a bit above and beyond. I definitely hope this brings you some peace, love. Maybe now you won't be so worried.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are so welcome, my love. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
No problem. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Guys, up next we have Billy from New York. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, love. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. What are we reading on tonight?
Family relations. My mother is ill, and I'd like some advice where to go with.
Oh, no problem, love. I'm sorry to hear that. How's the weather in New York?
It's raining a lot. But other
I
than
can
that, it's not
understand
bad.
that.
I'm glad I'm not in Florida, so.
You're right. I know. Oh, our hearts go out to them down there. Oh, my goodness.
I know.
Love, did you quit your job to take care of her? Or did you kind of put your life on hold to stop and take care of
I did put
her?
my life on hold, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. First card is the Three of Pentacles. That card is going to be all about teamwork makes the dream work. The next card was the Tower, though. That card is going to refer to feeling that the carpet was ripped out from underneath you. So your previous normal was ripped away from you, and now you have this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. Okay. The next card was the Eight of Swords. Now, I will say, before I say anything else, that eights do refer to direction. So that's very important to know. So while the card itself refers to feeling stuck or feeling stuck between like a rock and a hard spot, feeling trapped, and it is very obvious that you could very well feel that way because it is your mom. It's almost like you have that guilt that you need to, but at the same time, it's that kind of like, yeah, but what about me in my life? You know what I mean?
Right.
You're getting older just as much as her. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. So like I said, I don't think it's going to stay that way. So I want you to remember that. The next card was the Six of Cups.
Okay.
That card is going to refer to joy. Definitely take any moment, especially presently. Make sure you are completely investing in them and staying present. This is both with her and not with her. And I'm not talking about like a physical passing. I'm talking about when you're in front of her and not in front of her. So when you have your own downtime, make sure you're actually taking that downtime. You're doing your self-care. You're reading a book. Maybe you crochet or knit, or you want to catch up on a series on Netflix. No matter what it is.
Right.
And it doesn't have to cost $1 million. No matter what it is, make sure you are taking that time for you for self-care. That is also going to help you in taking care of her. And the reason why I say that, it's almost like a stay-at-home mom. They need a break, right? They can't constantly take care of their kids. No, you need to have that break. You need the same thing. You need to have that break and that time for you. Even if you just go out quickly and get your nails done. It doesn't matter. It's time for you. Sit in the parking lot at Starbucks. Get a coffee. Just sit there and enjoy the quiet. Little things like that. I think that's going to help you out a lot. And it's definitely one thing that you sort of been putting on the back burner. You're doing it so selflessly, of course, but at the same time, you don't want to be doing it to your detriment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The last card was Strength. That has to do with courage as well as bravery. Are you kind of nervous because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be the matriarch?
Yeah, we don't know what's going on, and it seems to be me who's taking care of everything. My whole family's just kind of put it on me, so it's like there's a storm coming, but I don't know how it's going to be. This does help me feel better with more guidance, so I appreciate it.
Oh, Billy, you're so welcome, love. I would say, and especially like I said with being the matriarch, right now, everything got thrown in your lap. And now you're stuck to take care of everything. That even would make sense with that card I pulled earlier, that Eight of Swords, where I said you're feeling stuck. Everything is just getting thrown on top of you. I would be very careful in regards to not taking that time for you. I know it's not always the easiest thing to do. There's only 24 hours in a day, but make sure you carve out, even if it's 5 minutes for yourself in the morning when you're having coffee, to say, write out your gratitude list. Little things like that are going to make a world of difference for you, especially since everything is getting thrown in your lap. You need to make sure you're taking that downtime, especially if everyone else is unbothered, if you get it or not.
Okay.
Thank
you.
No worries. I pulled extra cards for you. Yes. I pulled another one, and it was the 5 of Cups. That card fell reversed. As long as you're doing that self-care, you will not have any regret. And like I said, definitely be mindful when you are with your mom to be present in those moments with her. Don't get frustrated. Don't feel guilty over getting frustrated. You're not always going to be at your best. Basically, it's okay to not be okay. Understand and remember that.
Okay.
The next card was the Fool.
Right.
The card is all about staying present, stopping and smelling the roses. The Fool is the first card of the major arcana. So he kicks off that whole section of the deck. He's able to stay so present because he hasn't yet been hurt by life's disappointments. So he's able to come from a space where, the glass is half full instead of it being half empty. He's very able to do that, to be positive. I'm not saying you have to be a positive Polly 24/7, but it definitely isn't going to hurt.
Okay.
Especially if are you feeling like depleted? Like, I feel like I just got all the wind out of my sails. Like, ooh. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, love. Are you not sleeping well? Like, very restless, I feel like. Very restless.
I'm very restless. I'm very restless.
Oh, love. Yeah. Even when you're supposed to be relaxing, you're unable to. And it's like, even when you're laying in bed, and I only giggle, not to poke fun, but because, my love, I do this as well. You will try to get all settled down in bed, and then out of nowhere, you're like, oh my gosh, when I go to the store, I need light bulbs. Or when I go out tomorrow, I have to stop and get this. Or I can't forget to do the laundry tomorrow. Whatever it may be. I will share this, and this is more on a personal note. I found a little relief when I kept a little pad and pencil on my nightstand. If I could get those thoughts out of my head and onto paper, then I was able to kind of, really relax and let go and didn't have as much on my mind because I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds trivial, but it really does help immensely. And then as those thoughts pop into your head, just write them down. And then, just like emotions, you release them, release those thoughts, and then you will be able to relax or take a bath at night. That helps a lot too.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll help you wind down, start creating a ritual, if you will, or a routine for at night. And that way you can start looking forward to that and that, winding down sort of energy instead of kind of always being on the go, go, go.
Okay.
Even with the Fool, that card is all about taking your time with things. So not speeding or rushing through things, especially if it's anything involving yourself. You want to go slow and show yourself grace.
Okay.
You're only one person. So just don't forget that. Okay, Billy?
Okay.
Yeah. I know I threw a lot at you. I'm so sorry, love. Like I said, just, keep Post-its by your bedside. That way you can write down those intrusive thoughts, kind of take things in stride, understand and know that you do have the start of long-term stability coming up, but it's going to be necessary for you to not only take that time for yourself, but also enjoy those moments with your mom.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes. Thank you so much.
No worries, my love. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you, my love. You take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Guys, we had 2 wonderful callers tonight. Those readings were absolutely spectacular. They were definitely a blast to do, as well as that reading we did for Kathy. I want to thank you all so much for joining me this evening. It was definitely a pleasure to be doing this show tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode with Jen. Yes, stay tuned and look forward to more surprises like that, and especially with the holidays coming up. You know, don't forget the full moon is on the 17th. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of homework. Write down those things that you wish to release. And that way you will have a better time, an easier time bringing in and manifesting those intentions. Guys, don't forget to follow me at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose over on Facebook. You can also find me on TikTok at Mrs._Stiggy, Stiggi. Definitely find me over there. We have a lot of fantastic things coming out this month, including merch. So yeah, maybe pop in and say hello. Also, don't forget, I am available for private sessions. So if you like my style of reading or would like a mediumship session, feel free to contact me to get that set up, and I will get you on my schedule. Guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for another beautiful episode. I wish you all well. Have a wonderful night. Be blessed. Take care of each other. But most importantly, take care of you. Good night, guys.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Mystical Empowerment Time with Deb Bullion. Live from SpiritQuestSchool.org. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Mystical Empowerment Time on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome to Mystical Empowerment Time. I am Deb Williams coming to you from the not-so-sunny Gold Coast of Australia. We're having a little bit of rain, but we do need that. So I hope that you've been having a fabulous week thus far. I know it's been active with loads and loads of energies going on and solar flares and all kinds of interesting activities. But here we are, everybody's well, and I'm so looking forward to taking a caller today and then moving on to our special topic for the day. As always, I love to share information and teachings, and today's topic is channeling and how that actually works, what we can do with it, how we can use it, and how it can benefit us. So if you yourself are a psychic, or a medium, or are learning how to do these things, then the likelihood is that you can channel as well. I like to say we are like a radio dial, the old-fashioned, old-school radio dial, where we had to move that arm to the station that we wanted to tune into. So if we want to tune into beings who have crossed over because we're a medium, then we would have it on that particular station. If we would, however, like to talk to angels, we move the dial a little bit and ask for the angels to come through. Now, we can hear the words ourselves, or we can choose to channel them, which is to allow those beings to give us the words to say, or when we really trust them, to allow them to place the words in our mouth, which is quite advanced, without knowing beforehand what they're going to say. And in those cases, when I do these channels, I tend to be sitting in the back seat and letting them use the front seat. So I'm still here in my body, but they are saying what they need to say. And I say, please don't put it in my brain so I'm not tempted to edit it. I'm hearing it as the same time as the beings or the people that are in the audience listening to the channels. So a little bit later on, we will take you through what that process is like. But what can you use it for? Well, you've probably all heard of Lee, who channels Cryon. You've probably heard of Abraham Hicks, which is Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham. And they have their specialties. They channel a particular being, and that being has things that they need to impart to the world. So yes, there are the world-class channelers who have a single being. But for those of us who do readings, we can also channel people's spirit guides. And in fact, usually we do without realizing it. But we can decide that we want to be more intentional with it. We can decide that, say to the client, we're going to allow your spirit guide to speak to you now. They have some very important messages that we don't wish to basically put in our words. We'd like them to put it in their words. So, wow, we have Lisa coming to us from San Jose, California. Are you there, Lisa?
I'm here, Deb.
I'm so excited to talk to you because San Jose is my hometown. That is where I was born and grew up.
Oh, nice. I just want a general reading. I'm
Sure.
struggling with work right now. I want to see what should I do?
Okay. So I feel as though the first thing that they show me is a young man. Now, are you staying for family reasons? Are you sticking this out for family reasons?
For convenience.
Convenience, because okay.
Yeah.
So do you have a son, or is there a young man at work that is causing a bit of an issue?
No.
Okay, I'm wondering why they came in with this young man to begin with. Let me just get a tap and a hold on this. It won't be a moment. I just need to go a little deeper into the energy and ask them what's going on. Okay. I've got to say, there feels like very much you are, I want to say the way that you approach things is very light, very genuine, caring, but I feel like there's a lot of oppression. I don't know how to explain this. It feels very heavy around you, not coming from you, but like it's coming from the situation. Does that make any sense to you? Like, are there some oppressive rules or oppressive ways that things have to be done?
Yes. Yes.
Because it feels like there you are in this heavy environment, but you're a very light, you like to do things and just take things in your stride. But it's like they want to make a bigger deal of things, or things have to be done and taken very seriously. It just feels like very much a mismatch of energy for you.
Yeah. So would it be wise to stay or look for something else? Or give it time?
I'll always give you two paths, because obviously I'm not here to make the decision, but let's have a look down both what happens if you stay and what happens if you go. So we'll look down both paths, and that can give you an idea of what might feel better to you. So if you stay, they said that it's almost like having to resign yourself to the fact that you can't impart change there. And they make me feel like you're a person who is all for change for the better, all for taking on new things if it's going to lead to better outcomes. But I just feel this oppressive wall that you're dealing with, like you can't actually influence the change. So they're saying it would be a matter of changing your mindset to accept this is how it is. But I don't feel like it would get any easier from their side of things. It doesn't feel like the environment's going to change. It would be you constantly working on your mindset. And of course, we can get used to anything and get our head around anything that we have to, but it doesn't mean we're enjoying ourselves. So it doesn't feel very enjoyable. So let's see what it feels like if you go, where you would go, if they can show me how things would actually look. Okay. Wow. Now, are you in tech at all?
No.
Because it's like them showing me, and I don't know if they're just giving me examples, but it's like working for an old organization that does things one way, but there's there's an organization out there for you that has a much more, I want to say youthful, exuberant outlook. And they're very much for people who are of your, I say vibration, but your quality of person. So let me just see if they can give me detail around this. They just said you can literally secure another role within 3 to 4 weeks without having to leave your existing role.
Okay.
So they're saying you can apply while you are where you are, and within 3 to 4 weeks, you'd have an offer. So it's
nice. Okay.
One interview, they're showing me that you can even do it online, that they would be open to an online interview so that you don't have to take any time off or travel. And they're saying, and then they would tell you you're one of 2 or one of 3, then an in-person interview would be arranged. And it would be just a matter of days after that you would secure it.
Nice. Okay.
They're talking about needing to have your resume or CV revitalized. Have you just done that?
Have I? No, I haven't updated my resume.
Because they're saying if you have somebody have you got a niece that is of, because they're showing me like somebody in the family who can do it for you.
A resume?
Yeah, just refreshing. So the information is fine. It's just the reformatting. And they're saying there's somebody, it's either a friend's daughter or a niece. There's somebody very close to you that could say like, hey, I'll just whip that up for you in a day, Lisa. Not a problem.
Oh, okay. I probably do. I have friends in human resource. But I'll think of somebody that can help me with that.
Yeah, because it's really just the graphics. They're saying the information is there. You could look at the keywords and the buzzwords to update those. But they're saying that graphically, it just needs representing. And so It's not even about having to rewrite everything. It's just change a few keywords in the last couple of positions and then let somebody that has fresh eyes just pop it into a different format for you.
Got it. Okay.
But they're saying quickly. They're saying like if you could get it done next week, you could be in a whole new position in 4 weeks' time.
Okay.
And they're saying normally things don't move that quickly. But it's just like there's this window. You're asking at the perfect time, and they're saying, yeah, you don't have to go anywhere. Just change that CV, that resume, and have a look, and you'll be like, this seems too good to be true, but it will be true. And they're saying it's not even, they're saying it's not even, they just said the words to me, around the corner. So I know nothing's around the corner in San Jose, but they're trying to say that it's very much in the area for you. So you will not have huge commutes or anything else.
Okay. And then do you see it in the same profession or something different?
They say it's one step away from what you do right now. So let me just ask them to explain that. What's one step away mean? Same skills used in a similar industry, but slightly differently. So it's like you're still using the same skills, but they are just applied to a different type of industry. It's similar, but different.
Okay.
They're saying there's a reason that they say similar but different, because they're almost like, I think you'll be able to find some keyword searches. Do you use LinkedIn?
Yes, I do.
Because they're saying if you use the keyword searches for your prominent skills, that it's going to open up like a whole new world for you instead of thinking of the exact same industry.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so they're like same skills, just used slightly differently. Similar industry, but not exactly the same. So this seems very easy. And I feel like, have you been having headaches, or is it just the pressure?
Pressure, headaches, both.
Yeah, because they're saying it's like the end of the headaches. You're just going to be laughing because you're going to be like, why did I wait so long? Because they were never going to change. It was up to you to make the change. And there's so many good things out there for you. And they're saying you're at a stage where you shouldn't have to work this hard. You should really be able to enjoy what you do now and not have to have that kind of pressure put upon you.
Okay.
They say you're very good at what you do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to see if there's anything else that they want to talk to you about today. What does this mean? So they just said the phrase to me with love, you just need to slow it down.
Slow down love?
Yeah, so they're talking about with romance, with love, they're saying you just need to slow it down a little bit. And I feel like what they're saying is for you to slow down to be able to spend more focused time. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, rollers in the house hasn't been that great.
Okay.
Slowing it down in like what ways? Like maybe, am I asking for too much, or am I running too fast where I need a little bit more romance? I'm not quite sure.
Sure. So I think what they're saying is more focus on it. Actually taking the time to think through things that they would like to do and you'd be okay with, because it's like I feel like there's coexistence, but there's not focused effort on having really enjoyable times together.
Okay. That makes sense.
And so, yeah, so they're just saying, just slow down a little bit and think, what would they really like? What can I do to give them a bit of a treat, and then to actually be freed up to spend time to enjoy it with them, so that they know, look, I'm putting the focused effort in. It's your turn to choose next time what we do that you think I would enjoy.
I see. Okay.
So it's just a little revitalization, just revitalizing that love life a little bit.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a challenge.
They think that things will change for you when this job changes. It's going to give you back more time, and it's going to give you back more energy. It might take you between 1 and 3 months for you to regulate your nervous system again because of all the stress you've been under. But they said once you do that, you're going to feel wonderful, and then you're actually going to look forward to revitalizing the relationship again.
Okay. I'm so glad they brought that up.
This feels a bit too hard right now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Thank you.
I think great things are coming for you, and thank you so much for calling today.
Thank you so much, Deb. I really appreciate this.
You're so welcome. Take care, Lisa.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. I have done something to my screen. There we go. Got it back. Okay. What I was talking to you about before, our beautiful caller, Lisa, which, how ironic is that? She was from the hometown that I grew up in. And I do get back there, but it's usually about every 5 years, although COVID put me a little off track for that. All righty, back to channeling. Now, channeling is a fantastic thing that we can do. Not just for the sake of being in front of an audience, but even for ourselves. So if you imagine that you can get advice from any being who has ever lived, or any being who you know of in spirit, this can be a great resource and a great thing to do for yourself. So imagine you need some advice around the industry that you're in, and you know of a great innovator from the past who is now in spirit, and you think, could I really talk to the person who founded ABC? Yes, you could. Perhaps you need some spiritual advice, and you have a go-to. Maybe you're a fan of Jesus. Maybe you're a fan of Buddha. Maybe you're a fan of Kuan Yin, or any of the other ascended masters over there. There's nothing stopping you from connecting with them. If you know how to connect with yourself, and you know how to connect with your spirit team of guides and angels, or your higher self, whoever you trust that you can connect with easily, then you just ask them to support you to safely connect with this particular being that you wish to connect with. Now, I always say, what we receive is usually as good as our questions. So it's very important that we spend some time working on good questions. When I do this for myself, I usually only ask 3 to 5 questions. I'll put them down on paper so that I don't forget them, and I know what it is that I want to receive from the session. Now, No surprises with spirit. Sometimes that's not what we talk about because spirit will know what we really need. We might be looking down here thinking small, and they may be saying, oh, actually, it's over here that we need to focus. But I would say 80% of the time, preparing the questions ahead of time is helpful. Then you can go into whatever your practices are to be prepared to talk to spirit. For some people, that's candle gazing and taking a few deep breaths, stepping away from the busy mind and allowing their awareness to fall into their heart chakra or their body and away from that busy, busy head. For other people, that might be listening to a meditation app. And for others yet, they have their own ritual to prepare themselves to feel ready to connect to spirit. Once we do that, most of us have some spiritual hygiene, which is clearing ourselves of any energies that are not our own and making sure that we're in good shape and ready to work. In that case, after that's all done, then we can ask our team to help us to connect with the being. We can also ask if that being is safe to connect with and if they will work with us, because not all beings are for all people. Most of the time, they're happy to help us humans, those of us that are left back here. To give you an example, last night, I was at a circle and I taught, I believe it was 10 women. A couple of them knew how to do this already. They'd been to my courses, but some of the others had never had a channeling experience at all. By taking them deeply into a meditation and into relaxation, we were able to call forward 3 beings. And you can do this yourself as well. As I said, make sure you do it safely. Make sure that you're supported by your own team, and then call them in. We then ask for them to allow us to feel their energy. And then we would ask the 2 questions. We prepared 2 questions for each being. And last night's beings that we channeled were Isis, Thoth, or Thoth, however you say that. And the last one was Archangel Ariel. And so we prepared questions for each of them. Isis told us about what we needed to know about the divine feminine, females at this point in time on the planet. And Thoth helped us to be ready for coming current events. What did we need to know to prepare ourselves? And Archangel Ariel taught us some lessons about working with animals and insects and reptiles. So I thought that I would share a few of the things that we learned last night to give you an insight on how valuable channeling can actually be. Myself, I personally received a message from Archangel Ariel that surprised me. She said that the bugs, and in our case in Australia, we have geckos and little skink, little lizards and other things that might be in the home. And she said that they're typically terrified of humans, whether it's a spider, whether it's a cockroach, whether it's whatever it is, they typically don't want to show themselves. And she said, so if one shows itself to you, ask what the message is, because they often have messages to bring. And if we can't hear those messages, we can look up what's the significance of that particular little insect or reptile. They have messages. She said, so if they're putting themselves in harm's way for you, you should feel honored that they've shown you their presence. Now, she's not talking about an invasion of ants or cockroaches in your home. Obviously, we have to find ways to deter them and send them elsewhere. But she's saying just the odd little thing, or if we continue to see a certain thing over and over, then there's probably a message, and we should probably look to try to understand what that is. She had other messages for people as well about how to honor our sea life, how to honor our animals. And one of the messages was that animals are one of the last bastion of unconditional love on this earth. And for those who are pet lovers, we already know this, but even the animals in nature, if we want to watch unconditional love in action, the way that they behave with their families very often shows us a really good example of what it is to love a being. And if we are lucky enough to interact with them, we can usually feel that as well from them. So it was all about honoring and respecting them. And she also said, recognize that they have a right to be here. They have a right as much as we have a right, and we should find ways to peacefully coexist wherever possible, including removing anything that could be dangerous as well, putting them into a safer space. So that was some of the information that we received from our channels from Archangel Ariel last night. And we had messages from Isis as well. And if you would like to receive your own, again, I suggest that you allow yourself to follow a guided meditation into a nice, relaxed, it's a change of brainwaves is what it is, and have your questions ready. Go ahead. Some may want to actually write the questions down. Others of you might feel like you can just remember. But I do encourage you to give it a try. And if you'd like to learn, you can find me at www.spiritquestschool.org. And if you don't see dates up for your area, you can send me a message and request, and we can organize something for you and your surrounding areas. I love to teach. And if you'd like a reading from me, you can find me at www.deb, that's D-E-B, .bullions, that's BULLIONS.com.au, which stands for Australia. Thank you so much. I will see you or hear from me next week, same time.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for the Hallie Elise Show with Hallie Elise. Hallie Elise. Live from HallieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Hallie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. As always, I am delighted and excited, or is it excited and delighted to be here? I wish you could hear the background conversations before I get on the air. We have so much fun at A1R. We really do. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. I don't know how many folks were involved with the storms, though here in Florida, it was bit crazy. I know I mentioned it last week, but a lot of people are still reeling. I heard today, actually last night, about a friend's pup who's a little further north who went out and was stepping in a puddle, as our dogs often do. And there was a snake there that doesn't live in the area. Long story short, the poor pooch got bit and was rushed to the hospital. What I'm trying to get at here is expect the unusual within the usual. And what I mean by that is when we have inclement weather, when we have unexpected weather, along with it comes animals. The wind doesn't just move a house. The wind doesn't just move a car or a tree. There are animals as well that could all of a sudden show up in your backyard. Your best bet is to be cautious. If you have small children, if you have animals, and normally you just open the door and go ahead, honey, go play. Just make sure you take a look around. And I'm going to say, truly, listen to your own intuition when it comes to this. Now that you are aware of it, open the door, stand there for a moment, connect with yourself, ask yourself, is it safe? Is all well? Take that moment. You'll get a feeling, whether it's like an absolute yes, of course, don't be silly, or I don't feel 100%. Understand that if I don't feel 100% comes up, you want to listen to that. And obviously, if you hear that, oh my God, no, then you also want to pay attention to that. You have your own divine intuition. I was chatting with a friend today who's in the speaker world, and we were talking about titles and how you help individuals understand content. And if you are involved in the business arena, how it's different than the average Joe, let's say, who's at a pizza place. And yet we all come from the same place. We all have the same gifts. I may be a little bit more tapped in to my gifts. That doesn't mean that you don't have them. We are all connected. Every religion, every culture talks about brothers and sisters, our connectedness. Where do you think that comes from? It doesn't just come from living in a village together. It doesn't just come from being from the same geographical area. It comes from the divine. It really does. It comes from before we were here on the planet. These types of things we want to pay attention to. Consciousness is rapidly changing of late. And I say that because for years and years and years, I've been hearing, we're ascending, we're moving from 3D, we're moving from 4D, we're growing, we're ascending. You get the idea. Today, I was paying attention to someone speaking about what distinguishes the different levels of consciousness. And it really is frequency. It is, how is it that you are vibrating within your own universe? Think about that for a minute. How is it that you are vibrating in and within your own universe? And when I say that, I'm not talking about the universe at large. I'm talking about you. Did you know, for instance, that our palms are a microcosm of the macrocosm, which means all the planets that we hear about in respect to astrology, in respect to astronomy, all exist within our palm. There is a reason that when somebody does palmistry, they talk about Jupiter and they talk about the mounts and they talk about different things that actually are a mirror, but in minuscule form, to what's up in the heavens, to what's in the universe. If we look within ourselves, we have the same stardust that's above the planet. We also have the same pH as the water in the ocean when we are equilibrated. There is no mistake in respect to how we interact with our planet, how our bodies operate. We think of ourselves as separate because I live here, you live there, or I look different. I have brown hair, you have white hair. And the truth is that we're all interconnected. Each of us has instinct. Each of us has gut feelings. Each of us has knowing. It's simply a matter of learning how to listen for yourself. And each person divines information differently. Some people say, oh, I got the funny feeling in my stomach. I'm not going to work today. A lot of folks think it's coincidence. I personally don't think there are any coincidences. Things happen as they are supposed to, even when they make us unhappy. Think about that for a little bit, because we learn. We're constantly learning. We're constantly recognizing ourselves and others and vice versa. All right. I believe we have Rachel. It's either Rachel or Raquel, and forgive me. Which is it? It's Rachel. Okay. Hi, Rachel. And I think you're from Arkansas, yes?
Yep.
All right. Welcome. How are you this evening?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Did you have a particular area of focus that you wanted to examine, or is there a particular question?
There's there's somebody I'm talking to, like we've been friends for a while, but I'm wondering if, like, how he feels.
Okay.
About me.
So you're trying to figure out if he's got the same attraction to you as you do to him. Is that correct?
Yes. Right.
Okay. All right. I get that, yes, there is very similar attraction, though there's a lot of ambiguousness in respect to taking it to another step to move forward. I get that the friendship is so important that there's concern that if you were to become more involved, that your friend would lose the connection with you, that, there would be that possibility of, oh my gosh, now I don't have my friend anymore. What I'd like to suggest is kind of putting it out there without putting it out there. And you might say something to the effect of, we're like so good together. I really enjoy your company. I wonder if we could spend more time together or find ways to spend more time together, not just chat. Because I feel like, again, there's something there, though I get him being protective of himself, and specifically because the friendship is so important. There's a little wiggle room, if you will, where he can recognize that the person that you are is not somebody who would turn around and say, well, I had a thing for you. No, I don't want to talk to you again. That's not who you are.
Right.
You have this, I'm going to say, essence about you that has to do with when you connect with someone, whether it's a gal pal or a friend or somebody that you're romantic with, you don't just dismiss them. That's not your personality. Even if it doesn't work out, you're kind of like, okay, I wish them well. Oh God, they were a jerk, but I still wish them well. I don't get the feeling that you go, oh, I hate them. I never want to see them. They should die. I don't get that from you. I think your friend just needs to know that the core essence of who you are is somebody who genuinely cares and someone who would not all of a sudden say, you're dismissed from my life. And that's what I'm suggesting. See if you can't share a little bit without actually asking for the relationship in this moment, just kind of letting them know that what you have is important and you'd like to have more of it. You follow?
Yes.
Okay. And time. What are we in? We're in November? We're in October. Yes, October, November, December, January. Okay. I'm going to say you need patience. If you really want this to turn into something, it won't be immediate. I keep hearing June on this. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that I keep in my head hearing June, and that this to me would either represent that you had met in June or that by June there is a deeper connection.
Okay.
So it's, again, not immediate, meaning if you want to go out and have a great time and be in a relationship right in this moment or even in 3 months, I'd have patience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been friends for years, but just really reconnected, I guess, back in May. So.
Okay, close to June, not exactly, but okay. But I keep hearing June. So if you connected in May and I keep hearing June, and it's not that you met in June, I'm wondering if it's not in June, he started to examine his own feelings. Because I keep hearing the word June over and over. So it's one of the two. It is either that he was examining his feelings in June, or by June, this coming year, which, because we're already in 24, yes, we're almost, sorry, I lose time here. By June of 25, that's when you see him showing up in a different way, if you're able to hang in there for that long.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I know it. I'm patient. I know he needs time. So.
Yeah, there's also some stuff with health going on. It's not just what's going on with him emotionally. I feel like health needs to be a little better than what it is also. I don't know if that's been mentioned yet or not.
Yeah.
But I feel like the immune system needs more attention. If you're comfortable, pass on my feeling that if he's able to get antioxidants in, let's say, a drip form from a physician, obviously they'd have to check his levels and see what's what first, but it feels as if he could benefit from that. So think in terms of antioxidants, vitamins, anything that builds up the immune system. But for whatever reason, I get specifically in drip form, where they tap into your vein and give it directly to you.
Okay.
Okay. I will say too, one other thing here, be nicer to you. And it's funny, this seems to be way too popular with women, that we are not as nice to each other as we should be. So think in terms of what is it that you can do for you that creates more smiles on your face on a consistent basis. Okay, my friend?
Okay.
Thanks so much for calling in. Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. I think we have Gina from Cape May, New Jersey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Hello?
great. I know that area.
That's nice to hear.
Pardon?
That's nice to hear. It's a beautiful place.
It is. It really is. I had friends in Ventnor and Atlantic City and across that entire area, and I'm from New York originally. It was always a lot of fun to go to, what's the other place? Is it Egg Harbor? Which is not right near Cape May, but it's not all that far either, where the winery is.
Yes.
Anyways, very different environment, but both very beautiful places in Jersey was my point.
Yes, it's a small world, huh?
Yes. Did you have a specific question you wanted to address this evening? Or did you just want whatever popped up?
Whatever popped up.
Okay.
There's all kinds of hardships going on at the moment, so I'm just hoping to have some kind of good insight.
Okay. August, I'm hearing in my head, as in this past August, and it feels very concrete. like at 3 different areas of your life right now that there is a lot of chaos going on. I don't like to use that word, but I don't know how else to describe what I'm sensing here. And it feels as if in August, there was a shift in one of the areas that it was like, almost, like being startled, like taking a deep breath, like, what do I do now? On a good note, this is October, September, October, November, December. I'm going to say by mid-January, you're going to find there is a shift again, but in a very positive way. It's like you're in this weird, I'm going to use the word vortex. It's like you've been sucked in. And so anything that's shown up, it's been with upset, and it's been with, well, how do I navigate? How do I balance? It's like constantly asking yourself, how do I fix it? I'd love to tell you that you can fix it, but the feeling is take a breath, have faith, and know that this cycle is ending. It's just not ending tomorrow. It doesn't mean you won't have some lovely moments in between, but it does mean this, I'll call it intensity of emotion that I keep sensing is not done until the beginning of 2025. That breaks down to really looking for things right now that you can have gratitude for, because the more that you can say, I am grateful, the higher your frequency. The higher your frequency, the faster you move through this chaotic cycle that you're in. When it specifically comes to family, I just keep getting smile and shake your head a lot. That sounds banal. Yeah. And I feel like that's the easiest way to handle it right now. And I know that's not typically who you are. It's kind of like, hey, no, I have something to say. I'm going to say it. I'm very straightforward. That's who I am. And yet, for the moment, it feels as if it's the easiest way to handle things by just smiling and going, I hear you. Even if you don't agree with anything, it's more a matter of acknowledging what's taking place versus, again, fixing. If you want to fix something, think in terms of learning how to fix plumbing. I'm being goofy with that. By the same token, right. My point is divert your attention to things that you're not familiar with, that you can become familiar with, that you can take care of. Because another thing with you that I get is you're really very handy and very savvy. You learn things quickly. And part of that is other people sometimes feel intimidated by you, not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just without realizing you can be overwhelming to other people because you process very quick in your head. You learn things. It's kind of like, oh, I remember, oh yeah, 3 years ago, this thing happened and we just do A, B, and C and it's fixed. Like stuff sticks with you where it doesn't necessarily stick with other people. And so again, there is a little bit of that overwhelm with others. Brings me back to kind of just shaking your head for the moment. Think in terms of creating as much ease and peace as possible for the next several months. I'm not saying go, okay, I'm going to just take everybody and everything being dumped on me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is learn how to create peace even though you are in adversity, because the cycle will be ending. And I keep seeing wheels, and then I keep seeing like wheels of a car. So what is this? Like the tires being put on the wheels. What is it called? Rotating tires. Sorry, totally different subject for just a moment, but because I'm seeing a picture in my head, I want to share this. It feels as if it's important. If you haven't had tires rotated, it's important. So whichever car that you are traveling in primarily, make sure tires are rotated. I just feel like there's something there that needs to be taken care of. It's almost like in my mind's eye, as the tire is being taken off, the tech goes, oh, okay, well, we needed to see this. So there's something there to kind of just protect you, okay? And again, it just shows up in my head. I feel like it's important enough to mention. All right, the other thing here is I keep hearing the word Tom, but I'm uncertain if it's Tom as in the name of somebody or Tom as in a reference to Tomcat, like someone catting around, someone not being in their integrity. I'm leaning more towards Tomcat here. Okay. See here too, I keep going, kind of just allow for the moment. Oh, this is a tough couple of months. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be negative. I just feel like you have to keep your balance. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
No, I was just thinking, breathe. All kidding aside, it's like, take that breath and hold it for a second and then like dispelling unwanted energy when you breathe. I would love to give you a magic wand and go, hey, 2 seconds, just go bing, 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 it's all fixed. It's not that quick right now. By the same token, I feel like when everything is finished, you will find that as you look back, you realize there was significance. This is not all happening just to drive you crazy, even though it feels like it at the moment. It's not. It's about you recognizing things in the future before they can have an adverse effect on you and others that you care about. And it's interesting because I keep going back to the feeling of tomcat. And to me, a tomcat is not just someone who cats around with all the other girl cats, but a tomcat is somebody who has a swagger, somebody who thinks they know it all, somebody who doesn't necessarily give respect where respect is due. Is any of this making sense to you?
Yes, because I just lost a job, and that's kind of how my previous boss was.
There, and I'm going to go back to what I said a little bit ago, they were in overwhelm with you because they couldn't control you. That's where that tomming around, catting around comes from. It's kind of like they wanted to be the hot shot, and they were threatened, which I think is ridiculous because they don't get you vying for their job. I feel like it was more a matter of you just wanting to do things right.
Right.
Okay, so again.
Do we see a new job coming anytime soon?
It will be. And again, I want to say immediately, but I will say something different, which is be open to taking something now just as a filler. Think in terms of the holidays coming along, the holidays, I should say, between Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and all of that. There are things that you could do that you wouldn't necessarily normally do, but that you could do temporarily. My concern, hon, is if you go and accept another position before it's the right time, you will make another change. And I feel like that would be very difficult on you. Whereas if you're able to just be open to taking something with the idea that it's temporary, after January, you will get right into something that you love. And there's also a feeling here of you being able to do something on the side that has kind of been a hobby or a thought about doing that also could generate some money right now. Not that it has to become a full-time thing, but I just feel like you're not fully using all of your talents in this moment. Give a little thought to that. And again, give a little thought to being open to doing something now, knowing that it's not permanent. And the overall feel here is before mid-February, you will be employed in a new position, but it's something that makes you feel really good. And I feel that the people there will be going, oh my God, we're so glad you're here, versus this tomcat who is all about him.
Right.
In the interim also, I know considering finances, that's never fun because like all of us, you have certain things earmarked and certain expenses and responsibilities. I'm going to simply say, have conversations. Meaning, if something seems a little bit implausible at the moment, pick up the phone and just explain what's going on. I feel like there will be much more leeway than you would anticipate.
Okay.
And the other thing here is I keep hearing, don't have people stay. So to me, this is if somebody's like, oh, can I crash at your place? Or, I need to stay by you for a while. Or, we should get a place together. Please say no. It doesn't feel like it's the right time to be looking after anybody else. It really doesn't. It feels as if they would be draining your energy, not intentionally, but it just feels as if it would be too much in this moment. And again, you've had enough right now, and you're still in this funky cycle. Just know that it is changing. Know that 2025 will be exceptionally brighter than 2024 all the way around. I also feel like you have information in your dreams that I don't know that you're paying attention to enough. I'd love to suggest, and I am going to suggest, keep a notebook next to the side of your bed or something to write with. And when you first wake up in the morning, don't immediately jump out of bed. Ask yourself, what is it I need to write down? I feel like there are remnants of dream time that stay with you and that are intuitive. It's not just dream state, like, oh, I'm in REM state and I'm trying to figure things out. That's not what I'm getting. I'm actually getting prophetic information in your dream time. But I feel like you are so busy in your head jumping up and moving that you're not grasping it. Take a moment. Leave something near the bed. Whatever pops in, even if you think it's absurd, just write it down and look at it later. I feel as if you will find there's a lot of information there that can be very helpful to you at this time. Also, I keep hearing the word grandma. So this tells me there is either a grandmother or grandmother-like figure. And when I say that, it would be somebody in that age group of grandma. It could be an aunt or even a great grandma, but it feels like a grandma, if you will, presence age group that is passed on, that keeps looking in on you. And it's interesting too, because I feel as if there's this, all right, best way I can phrase this. When someone has been adopted, oftentimes they don't know who their actual family is. That doesn't mean that their loved ones from the other side don't still look in. And I'm not saying that you've been adopted. I get the feeling, though, that there is something that is not 100% clear with your history. And there are loved ones when I get major confirmation, loved ones on the other side that are looking in, that want to help and guide you. That said, I'll just reiterate, leave something near your bed. Take a moment before you get up. Write down whatever pops in. Try not to censor it. I feel like you have information coming through from the other side for you. All right?
Yes.
Okay. And I wish you so much luck. I know things are going to be better. Just maintain your gratitude, which I know is a little tough at the moment, but you can look up and say, wow, the sun's shining. I'm grateful. Something as simple as that right now can be huge.
Right.
Anything that will put you into that state. All right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, hon. Thank you so much for calling tonight.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
My pleasure. If you'd like to reach me when I'm not on air, you can call the office direct at 561-755-2166. If you'd like more information on me, of course, Google has a bunch of stuff, though it's always easiest to go to my website, which is very old-fashioned. You will find out, however, it does have a lot of content, and that's HalleyElise.com. Just like you can see on the banner on the show right there, HalleyElise.com. I wish all of you a beautiful evening and look forward to having more guests on the show that I can introduce you to. Thank you again for tuning in. Hope to connect with you, if not next week, in the office or over the phone.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. If I look flustered, it's because I struggled to get on. Technology and I are not best friends. We don't even want to know each other, apparently. So it's a little bit flustered getting on, but I'm just going to compose myself now. As usual, I'll go quickly because I want to get to everything and get to my caller quickly. So I have done a 3-card pull for the collective. If you want to participate in it, just have a little quick second to think whether you feel drawn to 1, 2, or 3. Remember, if it resonates with you, fine. If it doesn't, it might come to you, might be relevant to you down the track, weeks, months, years to come. It's all good. It'll find you and you'll remember it when you need it. Okay. If you were drawn to the first card, it is the Lover's card. And it's got here written, there are 2 paths ahead, and to be true to yourself, and when I pulled this card, I could hear, like, should I stay or should I go? So if any of you are battling with that kind of decision, it is crucial that you make that right decision at the moment. It is the right time to make it as well, I'm being told. Also, what I am also being told, I drew this card as well, which was, like fake smiles. And I feel like there are you out there who are maybe not pretending to be happy, when you're not really happy, okay? And I'm getting told always go out, look your best, make yourself feel good, don't close yourself off, and just sort of try to think of what is best for you. Okay, there's also some balance around this. So if you're prioritizing work rather than a relationship, or vice versa, try to get some balance between the two, because there needs to be some reinvention or some releasing here around this. If anybody has picked a card 2, the first card is the Lion's card. When I drew this card, the first thing that I heard was, protecting, especially children. So if anybody's going through that right now, you may also have an animal guide, which is a lion. This card is also about victory and really stepping into your power and not taking anybody's nonsense anymore. It's time to sort of really have a look at that, and protecting everything and just blocking any negativity that is around you and people like that around you. It does say on the card, harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. So, it's I'm also getting proving your worth at work, finding who are the nay haters and who are the people that are kind of working against you, whether it's work, family, right, and just sort of having those conversations, all right, and it's really just about
escaping the crazy people, that a negative influence, in your life. All right. And it's also time to do that. If you pick 3, it's the Phoenix card. All right. I love this card. It says here, be prepared to be rewarded after a period of crisis. Well, your crisis could be anything. It could be work related. It could be a relationship, family, health. It can also be somebody that you love might have passed on, and you're finding it very difficult. It's also relates spiritually. It is time to elevate as well. Each bad thing in our lives helps us to elevate and get higher. So it's like less soul lessons, okay? I'm also seeing like a lot of spirit around, ancestors, loved ones that are assisting you at this moment. And it's like when you've been through a crisis and everything's kind of collapsed and everything around you, and you feel really defeated or burnt out, you can only really go up from there, right? And I also got this card, which is unfazed, and it's like when you've been through everything that you've been through, it's like not much phases you anymore. You're at a point where it's like, okay, well, universe, give me your best shot kind of thing, okay? So just know that you're stronger than you think you are, okay? Now, I've got my caller who has the same name as me. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How can I help you today?
Well, I guess I don't have anything really specific to ask, but unless there's just something that stands out about my life or what's surrounding me.
Okay, all right.
That would be good to know.
Okay, let me see what comes up for you. I was just talking about, like spiritual growth and that, and I feel like there's a part of you, there's an end to the old and there's a moving forward, whether it's specifically spiritual or whether it's just changing the way you think. But I'm just saying that you're at a place in your life where you just want people to be honest with you, and they're the relationships that you value. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, yes, definitely.
Okay. I'm also seeing that, are you in a relationship right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Because I'm getting about a relationship. So this could be your previous relationship, where I just feel like there was some untruths there, some lies, there was some deception, and where there was just a heartbreak, and I'm just getting like consequences around that, and some justice around that, and you just kind of like learning from all of that. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I'm also being told that you're quite resilient. You're a lot more resilient than you think that you are. And you've just got to look at things from a different perspective. And like what hasn't worked for you in the past is now time to look at it a little bit different. I'm also being told you need to get some like more balance in your life. And I feel like the balance is also with the way that you think as well, where you've thought that, maybe you felt trapped or defeated or victimized, sort of like in the past. You don't need to hold yourself to that, because that's just your mind taking over. It's like now to sort of really accept that you can really do whatever you want to do, and it's time for you to tune in to those that gut feeling and that spiritual ability that is starting, that intuition that is starting to sort of grow and look at your life with more youthful sort of eyes and that, okay, in terms of your life. Because I'm seeing getting what you want, like new beginnings. I'm seeing a lot of movement, just finding the balance in your life constantly. And I'm seeing movement where you have been stagnant. You're not going to be so stagnant anymore, where you've held yourself back or you felt like you were being held back. The future, you know, is movement for you. And I'm also hearing that children's song, you know, the wheels on the bus go round and round. And I feel like that is like, while it's karma for anyone that's hurt you in the past, I'm also seeing it as good luck for you. You know, like putting the bad things behind and you sitting on top of the karmic wheel, okay, where you have more control. Now, I'm also seeing that somebody, you know, it's a time for you to focus with what you want, and maybe there's somebody around you that is quite a visionary or knows how to get what they want. That can help you with all of this. So certainly look at, just do a bit of soul searching for yourself. Don't get caught up in innuendos and gossip and stuff like that with other people, or worry what they're saying. If you want to study or you're studying, it's a good time. It will not be wasted on you. Whatever you do, you'll move forward with it successfully. All right, all new beginnings for you, moving ahead really well.
Great.
Does that make sense for you, Mary?
Yes, it does.
Okay, all right. Well, take care. Just very quickly, I have a female spirit here. She's presenting as mother or grandmother, wants to give her love.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Love Life with Katana Star. Katana Star. Live from katanastar.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Love Life on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Thank you. Hello. Welcome, everybody. This is Love Life. I'm Katie, aka Katana Star. You can find me on Facebook under Katana Star, or you can contact me on my website, which is in the link. How is everybody? How's everybody's energy with this full moon? Mine has been scattered and crazy. I was just saying, I did a Facebook Live earlier and my energy's been everywhere, I'll tell you what. But the gist of everything I'm getting is, it's all about standing in your power, embracing lessons at the moment's been huge, especially for the people that I've read for today. A lot of painful lessons that people have gone through recently that is really screaming at them to stand in their power and to take that lesson on board as something that you need to go through. Otherwise, life's just fucking boring. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Life's boring unless we go through these lessons and change, and that's how we grow. It's always something positive to come out of a painful lesson. And I'm going to do a collective card now for everybody who's listening, and hopefully this message will resonate. So where I am at the moment is 18th of the 10th in Tasmania. And let's see what the energy that comes through with the tarot. It's the Light Seers deck I've got today. All right, the World in reverse. This is interesting. All right, this indicates a delay when it comes to cycles being complete. All right, on a more mediocre level, this can mean delayed travel plans. All right, a flight cancelled or a boat cancelled or something like that. But I'm getting bigger picture stuff here, especially with the energy of the full moon that's happened recently. Again, I'm picking up for a lot of people at the moment, there's a need to stand in your power, okay? And that hasn't quite happened just yet. But this energy that is going to be amplified, in the US tonight, in the Northern Hemisphere, this will be huge tonight. We've just had it last night. But this energy lasts for a couple of days. And you can really harness that energy to be able to turn it into something powerful, to find that spark again, find that passion, remember your power, do what you need to do in order to, embrace that spark, embrace that passion again with things. Now I can see on the screen, I've got Karen. And so that was the collective message for today. Embrace your power, do whatever that looks like. For make it work for you. All right. Hello, Karen. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thanks. I was just sort of saying I was a little bit scattered leading up to this full moon energy, but there is a need, even for me, to really stand in your power at the moment and do what it takes to, feel that boost again. But anyway, what can I do for you today, Karen?
So I would love to hear if there's anything about my love life.
Absolutely. No worries at all. So are you currently in a relationship or are you pursuing one at the moment, or you just want some general guidance?
Yeah, I'm in a situationship, I guess you could say.
Situationship? I love those. All right. Well, let's see if the cards can give you some good guidance for you here. Okay, Karen, I've been shuffling as we're talking, so we'll see what comes out. You will be getting some reversals because I did a beautiful big cleanse on my cards last night under the energy of this full moon, and they wanted to go into reverse as I was shuffling them. And that's a good thing because it adds an extra layer and an extra dimension to a reading. All right, so we'll see what comes out. You might even get upright ones, but I've just had a flyer. So here comes one. Oh, shit. Here we go. We got the tower. The tower's flown out. That's interesting. I'll keep going. I'll tell you what that means in a minute. If you're familiar with the tarot, you'll know what it means. I used to hate seeing the tower, but I actually like it now. I like it now, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I don't mind seeing the tower at all anymore. It brings you back on track with something. All right, let me refocus, Karen, because there's more that wants to come out for you. All right, here we go. Strength, 2 of Cups, and 6 of Swords in reverse. There we go. Really interesting energy here. All right, But straight away with the Tower, there is a pending disaster with something, okay? Now, I'm not saying that's a total ending to your relationship or situationship, but something's going to happen, all right? It might feel as though everything's going to come crumbling down and make you question everything and go, what is going on? I mean, you're probably at that point now, all right? But what this is asking you to do is reset things, okay? So whether or not that's just resetting the way that you are interacting with this person or the way that you're doing things, there needs to be some kind of change there or some kind of shift, okay? Because otherwise things just come unraveling around you and it's a bit like, oh my goodness, what's going on? But the beautiful thing about the Tower is when you see this card, it always brings you back on track, okay? So you might have been veering off course for a little while in this situationship to what might not even be what you want out of it, you know? And now it's trying to bring you back or bringing you back on track to more of an alignment of where you're going to feel fulfillment. And, you know, you've got the Two of Cups here. Now, look, the Two of Cups is very much about, you know, nice, beautiful, positive energy and rapport in relationships and friendships as well even. But I do see that there has been a nice flow of communication here, a nice flow of energy, and it has been reciprocated, okay? So there's definitely chemistry there. There's definitely emotional there, stuff there, and that's still current, okay? So whoever this person is does have feelings for you. All right, there's no question about that. But there's other dynamics going on here that's going to challenge you both. The Strength card's here. The Strength card is here to say, you know what, it's not smooth sailing. This is going to be difficult. And if you want to make this relationship or situationship work, it's going to take some hard work because the Six of Swords in reverse, this indicates that you're still going through a lot of rocky waves, you know. When it's upright, it means that you're coming into smoother waters. But there's also a delay. There's a reluctance for change. One of you, I don't know if it's you, it could be the other one, someone's reluctant to change, okay? But someone needs to give. There's something here where one of you need to give because one of you is very set in your ways. I get that. Or they could even, you know, with the Six of Swords in reverse, they could even live away from you or you might live away from them and there might be a reluctance to move, okay? It doesn't have to be physically, geographically. It can just be mentally. All right, either you might be in a place and they might be in a place. But there's a need for movement there and it's just not happening. And that's why the Tower's here to shake shit up, shake things up, okay? Things are going to be shaken up here. So either way, we're going to see some movement here and some progress. And I'm going to ask the Oracle for a bit of advice for guidance for you here, Karen, because again, like I said, the Two of Cups is giving off nice energy. There are feelings there. There's emotion there. There's a nice rapport there. But it's all the other complicating factors of life that are just kind of making it difficult at the moment. Here we go. What's your message? All right. There's a need for someone to take a leap of faith, okay? How many times does this card come out? Whenever I do these radio readings, this card comes out a lot. But it's a beautiful one. It's asking you to trust, because this is for you. I ask for guidance for you. It's asking you to trust something, to take a leap of faith with something. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see the screen here, but look, it just shows literally a person running and jumping on a cliff, and they've got no idea if they're going to land on their feet or not, but they're trusting that they will, okay? So it's asking for you to trust. I'm going to ask for another card, Karen. So I feel there's more that needs to come out for you. And if you want to, you're more than welcome to ask me a question because I can unpack a little bit more. There's a need to tie up loose ends with something, okay? Do you remember how I said there's a delay for change? Someone's resisting change here. Someone's resisting something. It's either you or the other person. There's a need for that to be tied up, okay? Otherwise, things come unraveling around you, which is why the Tower's here, okay? Things are going to be shaken up. So I think it's about, Karen, really, for you personally, going within and really thinking about your priorities and what you want out of this relationship, okay? Because you can make it work and it can happen for you. Like I said, there's that nice energy there with the Two of Cups, but something needs to give. Someone needs to give. Someone needs to be willing to compromise almost, because I'm sort of getting, you know, especially with the Six of Swords in reverse there, but the Strength card's here too, and that's sort of saying that you do have the ability to compromise and you do have the ability to push through this and work on, you know, and improve things of what you want. But it's asking you to really keep your focus inside of what you want. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So, look, do you have a question for me that I can unpack a little bit more? Because we've got a little bit more time.
On this subject, on the same subject?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, on the same subject?
Yes, that's fine. Or you can have a different question if you want to. It'll be short, though, because I'll probably when I've only got 30 seconds left, I'll kind of have to go, quick, blah, 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 and then
That's
I'm
okay.
done. But
I understand, but I thank you so much. It was awesome reading. I appreciate it.
That's okay, but look, I've still got 2 minutes left. So do you want another question, Karen, or would you like me to unpack that dynamic of the relationship a bit more?
Anything in finances?
Sure, not a problem at all. All right, I'll quickly reshuffle and we'll get a financial guidance reading for you. Okay, but good luck with whatever happens there with that. Like I said, you've definitely got the potential to make it work, but I think it's about compromise in this situation. Yeah. Situationship. All right. Here we go. All right, financial guidance for Karen. All right, we've got 10 of Swords in reverse, Justice in reverse, and 7 of Wands in reverse. This is interesting stuff. Look, 10 of Swords in reverse means that there's been almost again a delay to recognise lessons learned, okay? Something's happened for you. You've possibly gone through a recent financial loss there, Karen, and it was meant to happen for a reason, okay? And it's asking you to embrace the lesson of that. It wasn't fair, though. It wasn't of your doing. I've got 60 seconds left. I don't know where that went, but anyway, quickly, this is telling me justice has not gone in your favour in this instance financially. It's something recent that's happened and it's not your fault, but there is a lesson to be learned from this, okay? And it is very much, it was something that possibly challenged your values. I'm going to have to hold there. Sorry about that, Karen. I didn't get very deep into that reading, but embrace whatever financial lessons that you have learnt from the past. That's the message I'm getting very strongly for you from these cards, as mentioned. 10 of Swords in reverse, Justice in reverse. Okay, honey? It might not have been your fault, but there's a lesson there to be learned. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I will be back the same time next week. And bless be, embrace that energy of the full moon. It's a beautiful one. Stand in your power. Thank you so much.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyons.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, my cherished ducklings. This is Perry Lyons. This is Moonstruck TV and A1R Radio. I'm very happy you're here. Can you see me waving? I'm waving. So I just had there's a huge full moon tonight. If you go to my Facebook page, I posted a song I wrote called The Moon is Full. You're welcome to download it. That's my gift to you. It's Perry Lyons, PERILYONS, just like it says on your screen. Anyway, I'm happy to see you. And I am so full moony tonight. I am such a space cadet. I set up my equipment in time, and then I spent an hour taking pictures of the moon. Like, it doesn't appear every month. So full moon energy, I don't know about you, but full moons tend to mean the completion of a cycle. So I don't know what cycle I'm completing, but I guess it's the cycle of being completely spacey. I was also listening to a lot of 60s country. So if I suddenly start singing Loretta Lynn's song, Fist City, if you don't want to go to Fist City, add a detour around my town. So if I start singing that in the middle of our reading, just understand it's a full moon and I get a free pass. So full moon in Aries. So hello to all my Aries friends. It's one of the most energizing nights of the year for Aries, or if you've been Aries moon or Aries rising. But so my friends Elizabeth, my friend Jennifer, all my Aries friends. I suddenly have forgotten all of your names. I'm sorry, but I love you anyway, whatever your names are. So we're going to start out with the Psychic Tarot weather, which if you watch this show every week religiously, as God wants you to do, I'm kidding. Well, who knows? Maybe she does. You'll know it's just like regular weather, except less damaging to crops. So for Psychic Tarot weather, I'm going to pick 3 cards that talk about the kind of psychic weather for this week, which means just the atmosphere and things that will be highlighted. So I put all of my cards into the world's biggest box today. So I was going to grab them and hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't even breathe. Okay, you can breathe. Okay. So the first card is for the first part of the week. That's like today, the next few days. Second card is for the weekend. And I think you're getting the hang of this. The third card is for the last couple of days of the week, ending next Wednesday. First card is the King of Swords. This is an interesting card. It has a lot of meanings, depending on how I'm feeling. No, that's not true. Oh, hey, Phyllis. Colgate, Maryland. I live in Annapolis, Maryland half the time. Hang out for a few minutes while I'm doing the psychic weather. And while you're hanging out, if you could take deep breaths, think about your question, and then blow out like this, like you're blowing out a birthday candle. It's a little undignified, but it's very good for concentrating the energy. And I'll be right back with you. So the first part of the week is the King of Swords. Now, swords in tarot usually symbolize intellect. Also, they can symbolize, a sword or a scalpel, let's say, can be used either to operate, to heal, or to cut something off or kill it. If you get wheeled into your operating room and the surgeon has a sword, I'd worry, but this applies to any kind of sharp instrument. Did I mention it's a full moon? I'm a little spacey. Very, very good for psychic readings, so call in. Okay. So this could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra man in your immediate vicinity. Take a moment, look around. Is there a man in your immediate vicinity? Yes. Does he have a sword? Run like hell. No. But what I think it is a man in your life who is either constructively, not critical exactly, but helps you bring out the best in yourself, or it could be somebody who's a little critical, in which case just punch him in the nose and walk away. I'm not advocating punching air sign men in the nose, except if they're critical. Did I mention there's a full moon? Okay. Everything. Let me take a deep breath. Okay, I'm going to hold it for the rest of the show. So this is somebody in your immediate vicinity. If you're dating somebody, no matter what sign he is, and you get this, he's either cutting off all the other ladies he's seeing, or men, or llamas, whatever his preference is, or he might be thinking about breaking things off with you. So there's one or the other. Normally I'm a little more specific, but it's full moon in Aries, so I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. 9 of Wands is a really interesting card. We're used to seeing this card, a picture with a guy with like 9 wands on his back, and he's bent double. 9 of Wands usually means you're feeling a little overwhelmed. If you are, stop, take a deep breath, have a glass of water, and say to yourself, how do I eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I'm not advocating eating elephants or elements. What I am saying is, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, if when you wake up in the morning, you're rigid with terror until noon. A, your boss probably would have something to say about that. But B, you might be feeling overwhelmed. Just start with one little thing. It's going to be okay. Woo! Oh, I love this. Awesome. And the last card, speaking of men or male energy, the King of Cups is and normally there's a picture of a king, but I just drew from a weird pack. Go figure. So the King of Cups is often a water sign man. So maybe you're dumping the air sign guy and going with a water sign guy. I'm sort of for that because I'm a water sign, but knock yourself up. He's a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And it's the good husband and father card. So this means that somebody who has a really good sort of father energy or husband energy, somebody who's reliable, yet, because he's a water sign, kind of poetic, is in your immediate vicinity. Look around. If he's there, wave to him. It can also mean somebody who has romantic intentions towards you. You might not know about this. Woo! I love doing that. Okay. Thank you for participating in the psychic weather. I feel better. I don't know about you. Okay, my dear. Are you still there, my angel? My Maryland angel?
Yes, I am.
Hi,
yes,
sweetie.
I am.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Good. Thank you. Okay, I like to connect to people through their birthdays. So when is your birthday, my love? Can you hear me?
Oh, May 18th, 1951.
Oh, May 18th. Wow. It's my ex-fiance's birthday. I'm hanging up now. No, I'm kidding. I love Taurus. Taurus women are the best. Okay, 1951. You're also Year of the Cat, which is interesting, or Year of the Rabbit, as they say in Chinese astrology. But Year of the Cat is what they say in a lot of other cultures. And so you probably have some cat-like qualities. You're mysterious. You kind of take in other people's suggestions. You kind of do what you want. And you like to sit on the computer keyboard when I'm typing. No, wait, that's an actual cat. So how can I help you, my dear? What's your question?
Okay, my children don't talk to me. And I wonder if they will eventually.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, my mom went through that it was very, very difficult. So my heart really goes out to you. And honestly, I don't think it's anything you did. Do you have 4 kids or 3? You've more than 2.
Kids, 4 kids.
Yeah, okay. I was right.
3 of them don't talk to me. And it's not what I did. I didn't do anything, okay? It's like,
I know you There's
my son didn't because his wife don't like me. And that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's usually the case. I'm really sorry about that. And yeah, I saw my mom go through that for this same reason. 2 of my brothers, their wives did not, for some reason, just decided my mom, who was the greatest woman on earth, was the Antichrist. No reason at all. And it's just awful. I'm very sorry you're going through this. Let me see what I'm getting. Okay. Does one of them have a name that begins with like a vowel sound, like ah or eh? What are their names?
Joanne. Joanne?
No, their names. Okay. Not the wife's name. I'm getting that one of her sons is a 2-syllable name that something like Aaron, but it's not Aaron. And the other has a 1-syllable name, very basic. They're both good guys.
I only have 1 son.
Oh, I'm sorry. The other one's a daughter? Forgive me. She's got very masculine energy.
I have 3 daughters and 1 son.
Wow. I mean, guy never stood a chance. Okay. Your son is completely under the spell of his wife, which is weird because he wasn't really that into her when they met. She kind of stalked him until she landed him. I mean,
right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you to, I would normally say have a little compassion. She's a very young soul, but screw that. if she's making your son not talk to you, then she can go take a long walk off a short bridge. I think this one is not going to come around soon. 2 years at the most. I think he will secretly call you at Christmas. He doesn't like to make his wife mad because she makes his life a living hell. I don't like her. I don't like her. And she's not as pretty as she thinks she is. I'm sorry. I'm really mad at this woman. But I wish he'd grow a backbone, which is funny because he actually is a good guy. He's going to take a little longer than, you have a daughter who's not speaking to you, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's a little more difficult. Oddly, I think she's probably going to come around in about, not as soon as I'd like to see, maybe 6 to 8 months. Is she married to a man or a woman or a llama or what?
That particular daughter has a boyfriend. Okay, and she lives with her boyfriend. And he's a knucklehead.
He is a knucklehead. When was the last time he had a job? Hello.
Well, I think he's working now.
Oh, is he? Well, it makes a nice change.
I think. I don't know.
I don't think he was working for a long time. I think
he wasn't working, and then she quit her job.
She
finally got a job. Now he's supposed to be getting one or has one or something.
Yeah, he's whatever. He's a loser. Sorry. I want your daughter out of that relationship. I think he is lazy and controlling, and I think she's a very powerful woman. She's also very pretty. Your girls are lovely. 2 lighter haired, 1 darker hair, like 1 much darker. And which one looks the most like you? Is that the youngest of the girls?
The middle daughter.
Okay, all right.
The older daughter is married to a guy from Pakistan. And he cheats on her. He has control of her and everything else. He married her for the green card. And she don't talk to me either because of him.
I wish I could jump into your kids' lives with remote control and just rewind and have them make better choices. I'm really sorry. The one daughter that I'm seeing, I guess it's the youngest one who you get along with, or she gets along. She's a normal person. I don't know.
She's the middle one. She lives with me, that one.
Oh, okay. I like her. She's cool. When's her birthday?
Yeah. She's March.
I thought so. She's a Pisces, right? Like March 15th, 18th, around there?
She's March 30th.
Oh, okay. She's an Aries. Got a lot of Pisces in her chart. I'm still going to claim that. She's actually going to talk to, I think she still talks to one of her sisters. And occasionally she and her brother kind of get along, but he's not going to be out from under the spell of the Wicked Witch of the near Northeast for a little while. But he's actually going to have a sudden kind of awakening. He's going to be like, I don't like this bossy chick. And she's also, I hate to say this, she's going to kind of lose her looks. It's terrible. I'm just reporting the news. I'm not making it up. I think he's going to get a little tired of her and he'll come back around. The daughter with the loser boyfriend will probably be around 3 to 6 months. The one with the foreign husband who with a dysfunctional marriage, I'm a little worried about her. She's kind of easily led, and he's so controlling. Yeah. Hi, Trina. I'll be with you in 2 minutes. Just finishing up with this lovely woman.
They built a company, right? She started a business, and he put that business in his name only.
Oh yeah, he is controlling as can be. Oh, I know I'm speaking to Phyllis, dear. Sorry, I was saying to the next call in, lovely. Yes, I know, dear. I know Trina is next. Sorry, I'm either having a conversation with my producer or I'm hallucinating. Either one is fine. 2 of them will be back sooner. I would just if you can get somebody to kind of keep an eye on the one who's married to the very controlling guy. I'm a little worried about the possibility of domestic violence. I want her to leave him and come back home. Oh, they have kids though, right?
People, if anything happens to Robin, point your finger to Wick.
I actually think.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I said, I think all three of them are going to come back around. I think by the end of I'm going to say 18 months from now, at least two of them are going to come back around. Oddly, the one who seems the most stubborn to me after your son is the one who's living with her good-for-nothing boyfriend. I want her to, I shouldn't tell you what I want for your kids, but you're okay. You also just came through a health crisis, and you did it with only one kid to help out. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm very glad.
I'm very healthy.
Some exercise. Yeah, I think all right, maybe you had COVID or a bad cold. That's still what I'm getting. Okay, my dear, they are going to be back around. What I suggest you do is concentrate on making yourself happy. Throw yourself into your work or your hobby or something, because the more you're yourself, the more they'll feel your absence. It's like, if you're not there to kick around anymore, if you've got your own life, they'll be like, where's mom? I can't beat mom up anymore. Where'd she go? That's when they're going to start coming around. That's my advice. Bless you, my dear. I hope at least one of them gets in touch by the holidays. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye. What a lovely person. And now we have Trina. Hi, Trina. You're calling from Toronto. All of my friends in New York are from Toronto. Go figure. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Well, the Toronto area. It's Ontario. Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
It's close.
I'm awesome. I like to connect with people through their birthdays. So when is your birthday, my angel?
It's December 18th, 1976.
Oh, we're getting a lot of 18ths today. 18, I'm an 18 too, March 18th. 18 in the Hebrew alphabet is called Chai. It's the number of life. It's considered to be very powerful and good luck number. So good for you. Us 18ths have to stick together. And you're a Sag. Yes. Your life is about to improve, get the best it's been since about 2008. November 15th, things get a lot easier for Sagittarians. A lot easier. Good thing too, because you have not had a fabulous couple of years. How can I help you?
I actually didn't expect to get through, so I didn't have a specific question. I guess I'm trying to be enlightened in a few different areas, but I would agree that my life, aside from my children, which are wonderful, I would say, that it's been rough since about 2008. You are correct. And it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Lots to be grateful for, but then some kind of awful things and insecurities about finances and money and what we're going to do next, and how I'm going to make it work with the kids. And so I guess in any way you can enlighten me. And I was just laughing watching you. You're just an exciting person to watch, actually. So I'm really glad it was you that called.
To say. Oh, sweetie, that means the world to me. Thank you. All right, here's what I got for you. First thing is I've been doing the same thing. So I'm going to give you one bit of practical advice, one manifesting exercise, and I'm going to pick a couple of cards. I don't think you're going to be behind the 8 ball financially for long. That's my first thing. The second thing is, what I do when I'm screamingly anxious about money is I sit for get a kitchen timer, turn it to 3 minutes, and I suspend disbelief. And I imagine that I go into a place where everything is suddenly okay. I kind of pretend, I go into a future where everything is just okay financially. Sometimes I'll picture like a check with a number on it made out to me. Obviously made out to me. And I find whenever I do that, it's so weird. I will have a sudden influx of cash. I know that seems crazy. Second thing I'm going to say is go to the state website. It's usually like illinois.gov. Oh, you might not have this in Canada. I feel like there's some unclaimed funds, do you? In America, you can go to the state or province website and go to unclaimed funds. It's free. I just feel like there's some money due you from somewhere. Also, did you get done out of some money? Is there some money that was supposed to be yours and you never got it?
Oh, probably lots of times. I have exes, and I've been rolling along on my own all along, so probably.
Tell me about it. I know it's hard to sort of stand up for yourself when you're busy juggling everything. Let me grab a couple of cards for you. Trina, what's going to happen with Trina and money? I usually don't pull cards, but oh, good. Oh, thank God. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Okay, dude. Woo. Very okay. Okay, the cards I pulled for you. The first card, this is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is a guy who, through planning right now, is making good things happen in the next 2 weeks. So it might be time to just sort of take a deep breath, open a bottle of whiskey, and look at your finances like in the eye, which I do maybe once a decade, but easy for me to say. But something that you did earlier and something that you're doing now is actually going to work out for you in a way that I'll get more specific about that in a minute. Okay. Second thing is, this is an interesting card. It's very specific. It's about money. Anything with pentacles is money. And this is family money or somebody in your extended family helping you. It could also be the thing I was saying with the unclaimed funds. It could be something from your folks. I feel like you're going to get an influx of cash within the next 2 weeks, is what I feel. And I'm not just whistling Dixie. I don't feel about stuff like that. It's going to involve you doing some sort of meditating or deep breathing to calm your anxiety, because when we get anxious about money, things kind of, I don't know about you, but my head starts to explode, and then I have to sew it back up. It's just terrible. So
I have been actively manifesting or trying to in the last couple of weeks, like actively doing exactly what you told me to.
Okay, cool. I'm going to post on my Facebook page, Perry Lyons, within the next 24 hours. I'll post a couple manifesting money things that have worked for me. You are going to be okay because, as I said, Pentacles is money. When you get the Queen of Pentacles, it's a woman over 30. I'm sorry, I just assume everybody's over 30 because I'm so old. We got 2 minutes.
Definitely
that
over
means
30.
that somehow you are going to be financially stable. And I'm not just saying things to make you feel better. This is really what I get. There's also there's a couple of things you can do. In the meantime, let's see. I would think about if you live in a place where people have dogs. I have a good friend who's a pet sitter and she walks dogs too. You make stupid money doing that, and you can just put up signs and do it in the next couple of days, unless you hate dogs, in which case, forget I said anything. I have to tell you, I think you're going to be okay. Also, it feels like one of your kids, it feels like the girl. Do you have 2 boys and a girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, I'm good. They're really nice people, too. They are really nice. I like them. And they're attractive. We got 60. You did a good job there. And you did a lot of it on your own. Yeah.
I did.
And being a single mother, I think single mothers should be given medals every single day. There should be a ceremony.
I agree.
Anyway, one of them is going to help you with something. It feels like your daughter. You are going to be okay, is what I'm saying. And the fact that I got it right about your kids means that I got it right about the rest of the stuff. And we're about to end, but let me know how you're doing, because I really care. You're very, very cool.
Thank you.
One other thing. The other thing you could do, because you're a really good cook or baker, I had a friend who, when she got down to the last 30 cents, just started baking cakes and selling them to people in her neighborhood. And she did okay. I mean, that's something that just comes to you easier than breathing. Unlike me, I can burn salad. I can burn soup. Anyway, I have burned soup. All right. Love you. Thank you for calling. and let me know how you're doing. And that color looks great on you. Talk to you soon. Mwah. Love you. Bye, guys.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm Lady D and I'll be your host for this segment. I hope you've all had an amazing week. I'm broadcasting live from the MBS Festival in Sydney at Darling Harbour at the ICC. That stands for the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. So it's a very big festival we've got this year here. It happens twice a year. It's 4 days. So what was the planets we've got coming up this week ahead? We've just had that full moon that happened last night. So that might have triggered a little bit of anger or a bit of frustration when there was that full moon. It was a big one and the energies were quite intense. Now we've got moving forward for this week, we do have Venus tri Mars, and that's helping us with relationships and finances. That's going to stop on the 22nd of October. We've also got Mercury tri Saturn. That's going to help you talk your way out of any problems, or any issues coming up, and give you that boost of confidence to do that. We also have Venus opposite Uranus still this week. So that's going to be unexpected things with finances and relationships. Plus, we got the Mars sextile Uranus as well, and that is going to be unexpected strength or unexpected anger. We've also got on the 22nd, Venus will square Saturn. That's going to be some problems coming up with finances or relationships. And then we have Mercury trying Mars, and that's going to be give you a boost of confidence to say what you need to say to people. Just someone that sort of holds back. It's just going to give you that extra boost to be able to say what you need to say with confidence to people as well, and also think more positively as well. So what I've got coming up this week as well, I've got that it might be up and down emotionally this week, and I also feel like it's like time to organize and to start again on old projects. I've got here, just be happy and focus on what makes you happy. I feel like there's going to be some stuff coming up this week which might bring up some anxiety or some like a lot of pressure. And when that happens, I just feel like just breathe through those situations. I just got to just breathe. Also got here, renegotiate on matters of the heart that's going to come up. Or also block out negative people too that are going to be coming up this week. And so I've got like there's people that you need to avoid this week, people who are very like frustrating or just take up your time and like no real purpose. Like we're trying to avoid those people this week. I've got here, focus on what you want to achieve. I also feel like this week it's about not hesitating and coming up with the situations that's right for you, but really going for it and not holding back and not hesitating as well. I also got here open communication with spirit guides. So I just feel like this week coming up, it's about opening up communication with spirit or to your guides and talking to them and to knowing that you're there and receiving the information. It's like there's going to be very strong intuition coming up this week. And I've just got here be open to new and amazing experiences as well. Let's go to the caller. So we've got here Lisa, who's in California. So, hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Bo.
Hi. How can I help you today?
Thank you for taking my call. I want to see if there's a message from my loved one that had passed. If no one wants to come through, if there's a message from my spirit guides.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look from your spirit guides. Okay. You also need to go to your dad. So your dad is still with us? He's still living?
Yes.
Okay. Because I just feel like I need to go to dad. I feel like that he's a bit stubborn and there's something that he's worried about, and it could be like a financial matter. And I feel like that he needs to like renegotiate or relook at something. It's like there's paperwork that needs to be relooked at here. And he needs to be open-minded and more flexible about this as well. I feel like being stubborn, it's not helping the situation, because there needs to be flexibility or something needs to budge. I hope that makes sense about that with your dad. I was just getting that for him. When it comes to your guides, spirit, I feel like with you, you're not talking to your guide. You don't talk to your guides. I feel like you need to talk to them because they're saying to me, like the phone is dead. They got to show me a telephone and the reception, there's no reception or it's dead. So I feel like that you need to really engage with them and talk to them. And I feel like once you do that, you're going to start receiving more signs and more information from them. They're telling me also that you're also a little bit too careful with things. It's like I don't want to, it's like, kind of reminds me when people with computers, they don't want to break it, so they're too scared to sort of click a button or to press something because they're too scared. So I feel like there's something that you're you're too scared or you're just scared to like break or something, but you got to give something a go. Like you just have to play. Like for me with computers, I just play around with it and see what happens. As long as I don't delete or delete something, it's all good. So I feel like you need to sort of play around. Also, I'm getting you suffer in silence. So I feel like you're not telling people. You're someone that keeps things in. You don't go and tell people your problems or what's happening. Or I'm hearing suffer in silence. There's something you need to communicate with people too about, like for help. And also, I feel like with you, you're wanting everything to be a very perfection and to be a certain way, but you need to allow imperfections as well, because it's like it's okay, but it's not perfect. Too with you. I also get financially. It says financially stability around you as well. I also get relocation too around you, but moving somewhere where there's more sun, beach. Like I know you're in California, but I feel like it's like a sense of relocating. But I feel like it's close to beach or close to the water. It's still in California. I'm not too sure. My geography skills aren't the best, so I don't know how big or what areas there are there. But I just get a sense of relocation, and it's like I'm a few streets back, but there's a sense of being near water. As well with you too. Let's have a look. What's coming up in the cards? Your grandmother, she's passed over on your. I want to go to mum's side of the family.
Okay. What was the question?
Your grandmother on your mum's side of the family.
Yes.
She's passed over. I'm getting grandma on mum's side of the family, and I feel like this lady, she likes to she's around you a lot. She likes to connect with you, and it's like she wants you to smile. She's trying to get you to smile. Like she wants you just to smile. She's also very particular about how you look. It's like she's trying to dust your shoulders. When I see that, I feel like that they're kind of particular, but they're also nurturing and want you to look your best as well. I feel like she always just look her best. It's also something with her teeth. She showed me her teeth. I know she had good teeth, or if she needed to go to a dentist. But there's something about teeth with her as well. And I do get kind, but I also get a bit of a toughness with her too. And with her, she I feel like she didn't like to let people down either. And she was quite strong and independent too. And she's also there, like, she's not a spirit guide with you, but she's there helping you guide. I feel like she's showing you certain numbers. I feel like if you see like 3 7s, show me 3 7s. I don't know if you end up seeing 3 7s around, like on number plates or just in phone numbers, but there's something about her with 3 7s. To me, 7 is spirit. I feel like she's giving you those kind of like signs as well. Also, with your work, I feel like you need to do a lot of more networking, because it's like you're a bit hidden, but it's like this card's really setting out to me, and I feel like it's to do with your work. It's about networking and connecting with people like-minded. Like you need to establish some sort of like network here as well. And I do get holiday for you too, but I'm getting like Hawaii. So I feel like there is a holiday plane trip to Hawaii for you. And I feel like that's coming around February, March next year for you. I want to go like family. Around February, March next year. I do get like a holiday, like around Hawaii. For you as well. But I also get love blossoming around you as well. Like love's blossoming around you too. Okay. You've got a partner as well?
I'm sorry?
I get someone around. I get a male around you who's highly intelligent. You've got a partner too?
Yes, I have a partner.
Yeah, I just feel like that they're very intelligent. Like they're very smart.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I'm being told. That's what I'm picking up about him. But I do feel like that there is like love and there's romance about you. Do you have any questions for me?
No. I mean, you were really spot on about going to Hawaii. I'm going in February of next year.
Oh, great. Great. I hope you have a nice holiday. I feel like you're going to have, there's something spiritual about this holiday. It's about connecting, but I also feel like there's something spiritual, whether you're getting like some sort of totem, like a necklace or something, but I just feel like it's a spiritual holiday, but also about relaxation, and you're going to have a unique experience there that I do feel. And I feel like it's quite a positive experience that you're having there as well.
Okay. You said that you see me relocating.
Yeah, I just heard so how I get my message, I get told. I just heard relocating, and then I heard, I could see desert, but I heard California, but then I could also feel like I could see beach. But I knew it wasn't, I don't feel on the beach. I feel like a couple of streets back from the beach. And I could see how, for me, when I say TV, when we see TV of California, it's like there's little houses on the beach, but it's not them, it's further back. But just relocating. But you're staying in California, but near the beach.
Okay, and you see that this year or next year?
I don't feel it's going to be this year. I do feel like it's more next year. It could be around around this time next year, but I do feel like you're going to find a good house. Like the house that you find is going to be amazing, and it's going to be the right house for you and your family. Like everyone's going to fit in just nicely. Like where you're living now, I need to clear space. Like something about, I don't know if you need to clear stuff out. I just feel like things need to be cleared, or things on top of each other, or people on top of each other. So I just feel like there needs to be changes in the home. But where you go, it's a nice home, but there's space there, storage and stuff.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everybody. So the wonderful show that we had today. So I am if you are in Sydney and you've bored on the weekend, you've got something to do, come down to Darling Harbour at the ICC. I'm in row A04. I am doing astrology and psychic mediumship readings. I'm here with Candace. She's also a fellow reader. She's also doing astrology and psychic mediumship readings. And if you do want to contact me for a reading privately, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Facebook is the same. My Instagram is at Lady D Psychic, and my TikTok is at Lady D Psychic. So I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you back in my usual spot at home, same time next week. So bye for now.